go live. It says I am live. Please let it work this time. Any sound. Let me just say sound check. Sound check. Sound check on YouTube. Anyone on YouTube? Is there any sound on YouTube? Open Quran. I need to favors this one. Finally says somewhere. Okay, beautiful. There we go. I had to delete the whole thing. So that was fine. That's good. That's good. Now we can get back. Now I can focus. Now we can focus. Let me just get back in there and do this. There we go. Let me go back to the TikTok shop where you're at TikTok. There and there. Beautiful. 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 So, what I did today was, guys, I actually, sorry, I actually did a quick check. Actually, let me just bring up this guest first. We've got Human Shield.
Yes.
How are you, Human Shield?
Good. And you?
I am very well, thank you. Are you a Muslim?
Yes.
The name should have told me that, but beautiful. So my question today, we're trying to understand this religion of Islam. It seems to only benefit men in every way, shape, and form. So the question we've been having for the last couple of days is, if this religion is so beneficial to men, I mean, even Aisha said, it's funny how your Lord always, comes to your rescue. What are the benefits for women in this religion of Islam?
What does the Quran says?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, the Quran says she can inherit it.
Beautiful.
Which
Allah
before the Islam,
right? Allah is also inheritor, so that doesn't make her very special. Allah inherits, she inherits.
So if you don't speak Arabic, say the God. Allah means the God.
So
yeah, so I'm not sure. If you speak Arabic, say Allah. If you don't speak Arabic, say the God.
I can say Allah or I can say the God. It doesn't tell me who Allah is or who the God is. It's just calling something something. So again, according to your religion.
Yeah, okay, we can speak mixed Arabic and English now.
You can speak any language you want as long as I get to understand what you're saying. Here's my point. In Islam, do you agree that the men are the favored ones in Islam?
The men of what?
The men of the Muslim men. Do you believe that the Muslim men have the greatest advantages in Islam?
The greatest advantages in Islam?
Yeah.
I don't understand the question. Against the woman?
Yeah, compared to the woman. For example, the man can have 4 wives. Can a woman have 4 wives?
Can a woman have four husbands?
4 husbands, I mean. Can a woman have 4 husbands?
No, the Quran doesn't say that.
No. So the man can beat his wife. Can the woman beat her husband?
No, and the Quran doesn't say beat.
Yes, it does. The man can also sleep with a girl before her first menstruation.
No, it doesn't.
The woman also.
That's your explication, but I have another explication.
I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
Of course you do, because again, you don't want it to be true because it's awful. But my whole point again,
it is true.
According to your religion, right? Do you believe that women are equal to dogs and donkeys?
No, it's not my religion. It's not my Quran. The Quran never said that.
The Quran doesn't, but your hadiths do, correct?
No, the hadith was changed by the Islamophobic like you.
Oh, is the Islam? Say that again. The Quran was the hadith was changed by who?
By the Islamophobic like you.
Islamophobic. What is Islamophobic?
People who want to stop the Islam getting spread.
No,
for example,
let's go slowly, because now you're trying to be smart, and this is why you're just a human shield, hiding behind children. Now listen again. What is the meaning of phobia?
Oh, someone who's scared from.
Yeah, an irrational fear, correct?
Yeah, irrational fear, exactly.
So hang on, let's go slowly. Do I have a right to fear Islam?
Yeah, you scared from Islam.
Exactly. Why would I be afraid of Islam? Why would
because
I be afraid of Islam?
Imagine your children convert to Islam.
No. Yes, it scares me. Why?
Of course.
Why? Again,
because this is truth.
Human shield. Listen again. What scares me about Islam?
Because you think your religion is true, So you want to
nothing to
help.
do with my religion. We're talking about Islam.
Yeah.
What
I mean, you
about
believe.
Islam?
I know.
Cult of Muhammad.
I didn't ask you.
Listen again. No,
what's your religion?
What is it that I fear about Islam?
Yeah. So I didn't ask you what's your religion, but
I didn't ask you about my
faith-
religion. I'm asking
Let
you.
me finish.
What
Can I finish?
do I fear about Islam?
Your belief, your faith, according to you,
We're
is
not talking
true.
about my belief or my faith.
But
I'm
you
asking
scared
you clearly.
from Islam
What
getting
about
spread-
Islam am I afraid of?
Yeah, you scared from Islam getting spread around you.
Why
the
am I afraid of
Christians?
that? Why
the
am I afraid
Christians-
of that?
I don't know. Ask yourself.
Okay, well then let me tell you. Let me tell you. Islam has a history, like your Quran teaches, to unalive people that doesn't believe in the God or Allah. We don't know who he is. Your
if you
religion,
take it,
I'm not done. Your religion teaches you to have human shields where you stand behind women and children in hospitals like cowards. Your religion tells you to unalive them wherever you find them. Your religion tells you not to be friends with them. Your religion tells, I'm not done. I'm teaching you. I'm telling you why I'm afraid of Islam. Your religion tells me that you can penetrate girls before their first menstruation. Your religion tells me that the best example to mankind raped a little girl, a child. Your religion tells me I can beat my wife. Your religion tells me I can have right hand possessed and sex slaves. Your religion tells me that I can walk into a town and sleep with already married women. Your religion tells me that your God is Satan. So now you know why I'm afraid of Islam. I don't want that poison to poison my society.
You
So
keep
by
believing.
doing this, again, slow down human shield, sit underneath the hospital in Gaza, pretending that you are the victim over here. Sit quietly and listen. I'm about to let you speak. I'll give you a second in a minute. Just a second. Take it easy. All I'm doing is showing you that the religion that came from a pedo pig, a filthy, disgusting man that only thought about his willy, he is the type of person that I will warn people about and tell them to run from. So now that you understand my fear of Islam, can you tell me, is my fear rational or irrational?
Everything you said is right, because everything you said is created about the Islam. Like I'm a human shield hiding in a hospital, like the terrorist, and they bombed the hospital because there is a terrorist there, and you believe that. Like very, very stupid to believe that. Very, very stupid to change the narrative, like sex slave, Aisha 6 years. The Islam is bad. Everything bad about Muhammad, about Islam, you believe it. You just want to believe it.
Can you tell me who told me?
Everything is created.
Who told me that Aisha was 6 years old when she got married? Can you wait a second, brother? Wait. I want to know from you. Did a Christian say Aisha was 6 years old and she was penetrated at 9? Or was it a Muslim that told me that? Aisha herself. Who told me that?
The people who changed the hadith.
Okay, so let's go to the Quran then. Let's leave the hadith. In your Quran, in your Quran, are you telling me that in your Quran it tells you that you're not allowed to marry girls before they even start their menstruation?
No. The Quran didn't allow the age of the marriage. This is the first thing.
But it also says
not
that you can marry
yet
my man,
after the divorce.
Easy. Human shield, brother, slow down. Does your Quran teach you in Surah 65:4 that a man, an old man, someone like over 50, disgusting and filthy, can jump on top of a little girl?
No, didn't say that. No. If you want to change, listen.
Let's go to the Quran. Let's go to the Quran. And
if you want to
the
change the
words
explanation,
of God,
people believe it, like you,
Allah.
like stupids. They're stupids.
My man, let's go to the Quran to see what Allah, the God of Islam, says when it comes to penetrating.
The God of the world.
He's not the God of the world. He's
the God of Israel.
He is Satan. He's your God and he's Satan.
Jesus on the cross said, Allah lima sabaqtani.
I'm asking you, can we go to your
He said,
Quran?
Allah lima sabaqtani. The Christian denied
No.
that.
You're giggling like a little girl. Aisha must be proud of you. Again, can we now go to your Quran? You ran from the hadiths because you said, I've changed them. So let's go to your God, the God, your Allah, the two right-handed seal, and let's see him clap when he reads Surah 65:4, when he talks about the girls that have not yet menstruated. Is your God allowing you in your Quran, the book that came from him, to marry and divorce girls before their first menstruation?
No.
Okay, so let's read the verse then.
Read it, but don't change the explanation.
I will read it word for word. I've got it in front of me. You tell
Yeah,
me. In
read it
fact, why
word
don't
for
you
word.
read it for me? You read
Mhm.
it for me, and we'll see what it says.
No, you read it. I have it in Arabic. My book is in Arabic.
Read it in Arabic.
You speak Arabic?
Amin below you, he speaks Arabic.
Amin?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
He
can.
was
He
the
can
first
recite it.
Muslim.
That's fine. We are 2 billions and the number goes up. Like,
There's not 2 billion. You guys dream about 2 billion. You just about made 1 billion, but it's fine. It says, as for your women who have despaired of further
Oh,
menstruation, if you are, stop giggling like Aisha did when she saw Muhammad's pants. Stop. I'm reading your Quran. When I read your Quran, you're supposed to respect your book. Okay?
You're so cute.
No, that's what Aisha said when she looked down between Muhammad's legs. She's like, oh, that's so cute.
Aisha. It's not in the Quran too.
Yeah, show me in the Quran. Show me Aisha in the Quran.
No, she's not. Only Mary in the Quran.
Exactly.
Okay,
Beautiful.
Human
You know why?
Shields. Human Shield, come on. All right, so this is just getting dumb, dude. Are you just going to read the verse? Can you read the verse, Human Shield? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, got you.
Oh, that was weird.
He's panicking now because he knows that you speak the Arabic. So let me just read it for the other people.
Everyone knows the verse. Everyone knows the verse.
Human Shield.
We read
Hold
it
a
every
second.
day.
Human Shield. Human Shield. MashaAllah. Can you just read the verse then?
No.
No, you don't want to read the verse?
We have read it many times. Everyone knows the verse now.
اقرأ هذه آية بالعربي لو سمحت. Go ahead. Please.
أنت
تفضل.
مصري. أنت مصري صح؟
أنا أمريكي أصلا. Do I sound Egyptian, bro?
No,
Clearly I
the,
have an accent.
the dialect.
MashaAllah. Can you just read the verse, bro? It's not about, like, bro, this is not a biography of my life.
No.
Just read the verse, dude.
No.
No. No, you don't want to read the verse?
Well, then get down.
ليه حبيبي. You don't want to read the verse. These guys, bro. Sometimes you just have to laugh, man.
They hate their Quran.
They hate, bro. They hate bro. They hate it. Like, bro, if somebody was to say, hey, can you read John 3:16? Who would, like, what Christian would say, no, I'm not going to read that? Like, I don't know, man. These guys, like I said, I always say this, and I'm starting to say it more. Pray for them. Pray for them.
That is so true. That is so true. And I just want to, DJ, God bless you. And Amin, God bless. Guys,
God bless.
Follow Amin and DJ. I had to today, for those that haven't seen it, I watched The Word and I today on when I had some time with Andani, and I think DJ was on that live as well. I'm so proud of these guys. If you guys don't know it, man, I just want to say it for all of you, DJ. I mean, I'm proud of you guys. All, the group that we have, all of you guys, man. I mean, I listen into what you guys are saying, the information we share, and the humbleness of it all. The humbleness, man. I love the humbleness of all you guys. God bless you guys. And the thing is, I try to learn to be better every day. I try to be like you guys every day. Removing the hate, the pride, the ego, and focus on a topic. This is why when you focus on a topic, you take away the focus from yourself. This is why, guys, I am so focused on a topic. I don't want this to be about me just trying to be smart or be cocky or be funny or something. I really want to focus on this. And I'm proud of these guys. I truly am. So give them a follow, please, and support them when you see them go live. It's just beautiful.
Man, I'm proud of you, dude. Honestly, and I always say this in all of my, like, even my Muslim friends off of this app, because despite contrary belief, despite popular opinion, I actually do have a lot of Muslim friends off of this app in real life. Like, the real Muslims that don't come on this app and manifest every 5 seconds, the ones that you can actually have conversations with and talk about life and kids and yeah, like those kind of Muslims. I actually send them like your content. I send them Avery's content. I send them everywhere, bro. And they say they look at it and they're okay, well, I just disagree. But I'm proud of you, James, because day in and day out, even sometimes when you're sick, bro, like you're here spreading the gospel, just and it doesn't take much, right? Like it's not like you have to be, like super popular and super fit, but all it takes is just a willingness, and God will use what you're able to give Him. So God honors that, and we honor you, bro. So thank you.
The picture that I just put up, this is from my
For
cousin,
sure.
my Muslim cousin that sent this to me this morning. This, I kid you guys not, this is what my Muslim cousin, she sends me stuff all the time, but she just lost her husband. And this is what she sent me. And it shows you that, it's beyond, we can have a relationship outside of this. We have differences. We discuss certain things, but this is the type of people that I surround myself with, even though they're Muslim. I know that they are Muslim purely because they were just born into it, never read the Quran, none of that. The type of people that make me stronger in my everyday life, even though they are Muslim. So we don't hate Muslims. I don't do this because I wish they'd come to Christ. Most of them won't because they were married into it and, the kids and yada, yada. But yeah, man.
But even,
yeah.
But I just want to say something about that. And because I've been thinking about this a lot. But even with that, there's the verse in the Bible in in Matthew chapter 10, verse 30, I believe it is, where Jesus says, like, whoever honors their mother and father, brothers and sisters, or whatever above me that is not worthy of me. And like, I've been in a similar situation where I've kind of had to change my worldview, and I've had family members that don't agree with me. And some of you guys who know me personally know, what the particular situation is. But like, instead of me like just attacking them or saying like you're wrong because of this or them, like I lead by example. And the scriptures say like He'll know us, like people will know you're a Christian by the love that you show towards one another, towards other Christians and things like that. So like, guys, arguments are good for a season, for a time and a place. But arguments and debating and stuff like that, 90% of the time is not really what's going to get people to see the truth about Christ. What's going to get people to see the truth about Christ is how you live your life. Sometimes, and people have said this before, but it's true. It's going to sound corny, but it is what it is. Sometimes the only Bible that some people will ever read is the way that you live your life. So I see these kids come on this app and they want to learn all the debates and they want to, but they don't realize it's your character first, dude. It's your relationship with the God that you serve first that will give you the information that will make you want to read and all of this stuff. Then you can use whatever gifting God has given you. Maybe you're not gifted to be a debater. Maybe you're not gifted to be some kind of evangelist. Maybe you're gifted at music or finances or real estate or whatever. And in that gifting, God will use to bring people to Him because they'll look at the way you live your life. So I'm not saying don't debate. I'm not saying don't learn arguments. I'm not saying don't do any of that, but find out where you need to be and you'll be way more effective than just learning some YouTube argument. Muslims don't do that. Most Muslims don't do that. They just want to debate and argue. So anyways, guys.
Yeah, no. So with the topic, so this morning I was thinking about boys club and I was thinking about, these cults. So I went in and I wrote signs of a cult. Check this out. One of the signs of the cult is isolation and control. Right? Now, same with the cult and the boys club. Isolation, control. You isolate them from anyone else and everyone else, and you control what's going on in this group. Because it says cults often isolate members from their families, friends, and the outside world, making it harder for them to leave and to seek support. So for now, we're in a cult, right? But we're still in the same group, the same men's group, the same boys club by Muhammad and Allah. So it makes it harder for them to leave and seek support by controlling them. The next part is control over information. It says they restrict access to information from outside sources and promote a narrative that paints the group as the only source of truth. You see where this is going? And then it says,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go on, no, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and DJ knows this, but maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, I went like on this really deep rabbit trail on Mormonism, and DJ already knew some of the information. So when I was sharing it in the group, he was like, "Yeah, like in Word as well." But I looked up signs of a cult, not of a cult, but like a cult. Yeah, and everything you're reading was exactly what they said, like Mormonism and stuff like that does. And that's why they even have shows today. Like if you guys watch Under the Banner of Heaven, that's on Hulu. It's about Mormonism, obviously, showing that it's a cult. It's a really good series. It's a dramatization of an event that happened. But also there's a really popular show right now called Severance. It's an Apple TV show, and Apple TV, they've done like I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but the writers of Severance, they said that they loosely based it around Mormonism, and it shows how cultic. Just watch Severance. I don't want to give too much, but yeah, bro, you're spot on. It's a cult. Like these are cult mentalities, and you see the exact same thing in Islam.
Okay, we're gonna have to add that. Jacolia, you remind me, I remind you. Severance. Another thing.
Good show, dude.
I'm gonna watch it. I will watch it. The next number 3 part of this, the first group, isolation and control, says control and behavior. It said cults may dictate members' daily routines. Notice this, man. You guys must be able to see this. A cult will dictate members' daily routines, their relationships, and even their thoughts, limiting individual autonomy. Man, to me, this is Islam already, right? This is like 100% Islam. 100%.
One more time.
Say again?
Say that last part one more time. I heard it. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. You said they limit what again?
Cults will dictate members' daily routines, their relationships, and even their thoughts, limiting individual autonomy. Now, remember that in Islam, again, you're told to pray 5 times. You're told not to spend time with non-Muslims. You're told not to ask questions. You're limited with your autonomy, with your freedom. It's limited. Everything is limited. It's according to what the leadership has said. And that's just number 1. There's 5 I can go through quickly because the next one is leadership and authority. It says that the leader will be a charismatic person. Cult leaders often possess a charismatic personality and claim special knowledge or authority. Muhammad in a nutshell, man.
You know, it reminds me of the 16 privileges that Muhammad gets above everybody else. And we still haven't gotten an answer for that. Like, why is he able to have 13 wives, but you guys can only have 4? Like, that's just insane.
And he can sleep with whoever he wants, apparently, with whatever woman.
Yeah, that's just extra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then it says the leader will have absolute authority. Again, Muhammad, it says leaders are rarely questioned or held accountable, and their pronouncements are treated as infallible. Guys, all you have to do is go to Google and write signs of a cult, and you will notice this is 100% Islam. Then it says you have to have unquestioning loyalty. It says members are expected to demonstrate an unwavering loyalty and obedience to the leader and the group. Again,
that's Islam. Yeah.
Exactly. Then you get to the 3rd part, which is the ideology and the beliefs. And it says cults often create a sense of division, portraying themselves as morally superior to the outside world. We have the Sharia, they say. Then they come with doomsday scenarios. So some cults promote fear about impending catastrophes or evil conspiracies, often exaggerating external threats to maintain control.
most of the American cults, they are built off of eschatology and like the doomsday end days. So like Mormonism and Jehovah's Witnesses, they got started because of that, and other cults, and most of it was like based off eschatology.
We got two more. Let's just go. We got 4 and 5, and then there's financial practices, where there says there's a lack of transparency because cults may not disclose financial information, including how membership fees or donations are used. Remember, we're paying the jizya, they paying the zakat, and on top of that, we've got the halal tax. We don't know. Each time you buy halal nonsense, right? Every time you buy something stupid halal, remember that you are funding some kind of tea organization, because Islam is about the tea word. So you are funding some kind of tea organization by paying this halal tax. That's why there's no transparency. We don't know where this money goes.
And there's a source that says that Muhammad, I think it's in the 16 privileges, he gets like a certain percentage of the war booty. What's interesting is if anybody's ever researched Scientology, Scientology does the exact same thing, where there was like a really she's not super famous, but there's an actor, her name is if anybody's ever watched that show, The Kings of Queens, she was one of the she was the wife on the show. Anyways, she said she was like raised in Scientology, and they basically took all of her family's money, bro. Like,
yeah, she was wanted after that. When she walked away from that, she was not a popular girl.
Yeah.
Just 2 more, guys, and we're done. Then we've got the exploitation. Leaders may exploit members financially, demanding large sums of money or excessive work or minimum and for no compensation. Then you got number 5, the emotional manipulation, where it talks about guilt and shame. It says cults may use guilt and shame to control members. Remember now, talking about guilt and shame, it comes back to this topic. If a woman in Islam doesn't open her legs to her man, the angels will curse her until morning. The shame of her not opening her legs for her husband is punishment because she should open her legs to satisfy the needs of her man, making them feel inadequate or responsible for the group's problems. So the fall of the marriage would be down to the woman because she didn't open her legs. 2 more, emotional dependency. Members may become emotionally dependent on the group for validation and a sense of belonging.
James,
Why these guys
mind if I say on that last one that you were talking about, I can just hear Abu Bakr's voice, when he asked, when Muhammad asked Abu Bakr to marry Aisha, and Abu Bakr, I could just like hear that voice saying, like, you're my brother. And Muhammad is just like denying him only in religion.
Only in religion, yeah. That is crazy.
We ain't that close, homie. Give me your daughter.
Like, bro, put that into perspective though, right? Like imagine like you have like a Charles Manson or Charles Taze Russell or a Joseph Smith or a whatever modern cult leader that you want to pick, and the guy has like 3 wives already. You become a member, he sees your wife, and your wife is beautiful, so he's like, hey, you know what? You might need to come up off that, bro. And you're like, but this is my wife. And he's like, actually, you both belong to me. So now she belongs to me. You're not married bruh, like, and this happens all the time. Like, these cult leaders, they just want to touch butts. Like, that's all they want to do is touch butts. It's crazy, man.
The last point on this signs of a cult is the fear of leaving. It says leaving the group may be presented as a dangerous or even fatal act, further discouraging defection. So, guys, in all fairness and in all honesty, if I read this and I said this is Islam, I don't think anybody would argue the fact that this is exactly what is being told to us.
Muslims would.
I just find this crazy because, again, we now have this cult, this boys club, serving to the needs of man, serving to the needs of men. And you know what I actually went through YouTube searching, is Islam a religion for men by men? Is Islam benefiting men? What are the benefits of women? So I've honestly, tried to find something. And the same thing comes up. Yes, women were given the right to vote, but we know that this is not true. It was done before Islam. That women had inheritance. We know inheritance existed before Islam. So everything that they've said was done before this. It was all before. So the Muslims have nothing to stand on. They've got nothing. This is now why I'm taking it so simply and easily back. Your God says in the Quran, he prefers one over the other. That's disgusting. That's sad, right? At the same time, it says that a woman is a half-brain. But yet the half-brain woman in Islam is the one that confirmed that Muhammad was visited by an angel.
Yeah, you know what? Where was the other woman there to make her testimony valid about that?
Well, Badis can tell us.
Hey, good morning,
That's
everyone.
interesting. Hey, what's up, bro?
How are you doing, guys? You good?
Pretty good,
Very
yeah.
well, Badis. How are you
Good, good
today?
to hear. I'm good, thank God.
Can I ask you, if a woman says that you are a prophet, how many witnesses does she need for you to be a prophet?
If a woman says that I'm a prophet,
Yeah.
I don't think
Does she need
anyone would
witnesses?
believe her because it's not about a witness. It's you have to prove it for the prophecy, isn't it? It's not like
let's go
a
slowly through
case.
that. Let's go slowly through that.
Yeah.
Khadija is the one that confirmed that Muhammad was visited by an angel, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So she confirmed was an angel. The angel didn't confirm it himself. Allah didn't confirm it. Muhammad didn't confirm it. A half-brain woman confirmed that he was an angel. And the way that she tested the angel was to do the naked angel dance, right? Where she strips off, and then because the angel leaves when she's totally naked, she says, yes, because the angel didn't stay because I was naked, this is an angel. How did she know how to test an angel? How many angels has she tested before Muhammad to know how to test an angel? And why in the world should I take her testimony, especially when your religion teaches that her witness is only half of a man?
Okay. I mean, the first point, which is like proving that it is an angel, I think it comes like, from knowing about angels. The angels wouldn't look at humans.
Stop.
naked.
Where do we? No, my brother, we need evidence. Which person in history before Khadija knew about the naked angel dance?
I'm sure the in the Jewish they know about angels. I know.
I'm asking for evidence. I want you to tell me a person, something historical, something evidence where somebody knew that if you stripped in front of an angel, the angel would leave. Where do we go? How does Khadija, a half-brain in an Arab world where the men don't respect these women, have now all of a sudden she has the power to realize I need to strip down to test this angel, and again she's like, oh mashallah, he's an angel. How in the world did she know this test?
Okay, I mean, she is the wife. First of all, like, she's the wife of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he was the teacher, obviously, for them. He was the link between this world, the mystery of, because it's the unseen world, like angels, and talking about them constantly, lecturing people and his wives, obviously. That's what gave her the information.
No. He had no wives. She was the first wife. He wasn't a prophet yet. Don't start conflating things now. Muhammad was in a cave. He comes out the cave. He wants to throw himself off the cave. He wants him to unalive himself. He runs down to her. He says, cover me, cover me. She's like, what's going on? He says, oh, this thing came to me and squeezed me like a pimple on a teenager's face and told me to read and read and read. And I couldn't read and I was so scared. And now I'm lying with you. And she's like, oh, shame, what happened, And then all of a sudden she's like, well, her bells went off. I mean, her bells started ringing. She's like, tell me the next time this dude come visit you, because I know how to test an angel. So no, Muhammad wasn't a prophet. No, Muhammad didn't have wives, and no, Muhammad never spoke about angels because he wasn't that way inclined at that point in his life. This is all new to him. So
Okay,
my
can you
friend,
bring up
how
that
did
hadith?
Khadija know how to test an angel?
Okay, no, fair enough. I mean, on this point, can you bring up like the hadith that says he would be? It was the first time when he's seen the angel Jibril, alayhi salam.
Okay, are you going to tell me that he saw Jibril before
Right.
he
Why
came to the
would
cave?
wait, so yeah, that
No,
doesn't
I
make any
mean,
sense. If hold on a second. We can know that inductively. And the reason why is because if Jibril came to Muhammad, he came to him giving him Quran, because in chapter 96 verses 1 through 3, you guys tell us that this was the first ayah that was revealed to Muhammad. If that's the first ayah that was revealed to Muhammad, that means he's a prophet. He didn't receive any wahi before then. So I mean, you tell us, like, we don't have to provide that, you do.
no, I don't see the logic in that. I mean, because I mean, I want you to one sec. I want you to, because the timing, I know that the timing of when she stripped to check, on the angel, and she did that. It was after, so when he was a prophet. Okay, that's why I asked about bringing the hadith.
That's the point that's the point we're making. The situation with Khadija came afterwards. We're saying no other time before Muhammad was visited by Jibril in that cave did Jibril ever come to him. That's what James is saying. You're saying no. Well, how do you know that? And I gave you a reason for how we know that.
I mean, like what I know is the two occurrences, the two events of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, meeting Jibril for the first time in the cave. Yeah, and the other event of Khadija radiallahu anhu, or Aisha, when she stripped, when she did that occurrence. It was two different times. So that first time,
that's fine. But that's hold on, wait. That's the thing in contention. We're asking, okay, if Muhammad had never been visited by Jibril before, and then Khadija is saying, oh, that was Jibril, and then she takes off her clothes, and that's how she knows, because the angel won't enter, then we're asking, how does she know to do that? If she had never, or if Muhammad had never encountered this angel before, how would she know to do that?
I mean, again, like, just listen to what I'm saying exactly, because the two occurrences, there are two separate times. So the first time when Prophet Muhammad came back from the cave and seen Jibril, so that was the first time that she didn't strip that time. She didn't do that to check if it is an angel or not.
Because she wasn't there.
Yeah. So it happened another time, maybe a few years
later.
Doesn't
matter how many times, my brother. The question is, how did she know? How could do the naked dance to check to see if it is an angel or a demon?
Yeah, this is a very simple question, bro. Like Badis, if you don't, before we ask you again, Badis, if you don't know something, it's okay. Just say, you know what? I don't know. I have to look into that. Don't just make up stuff, bro, because it's looking bad on Islam when you do that, because you may say something wrong.
I mean, listen to me, brother. All I'm saying is, for you claiming that those happened at the same time, like the first time.
No, I'm not. I never said that.
So that's what I'm getting from James.
So it doesn't, as I just said to you, if it happened 10 times, it happened 2,000 times. Here's the question. When did Khadija, or how did she know how to test an angel? I don't care whether it's 500 times. My question is, who is the one that told this half-brain woman that's living in a cave, living in some tent somewhere in the desert, how to test an angel? Because remember, we've got no evidence so far of an introduction. Hey, Muhammad, my name is Jibril. Oh, hello, Jibril. You can call me Ahmed. None of this. Yet we have, by Ibn Ishaq, it says, the apostle did so and said, can you see him? He said, yes. Then turn around and sit on my right thigh. Then sit on my left thigh. Then sit on my lap. And then I disclosed my form to the thing. And then the thing disappeared. And I said, can you see him now? No, she said, he's gone. She said, mashallah, that is because he is an angel, not Satan. Now again, how did Khadija know, being a half-brain in the desert, living in a tent, how did she know how to test an angel contra a devil?
Okay. Yeah, good question, James. But I want to remind you, like, angels existed since the beginning of time. So it's
Then tell me, my man,
narrated,
please,
James.
how did she know how to test the angel? If you have
It's
anybody
obvious
else
that
in
you don't
history
know.
that has done this before, please tell me who did
Okay.
it.
Like Badis, it's obvious that you, bro, look, for real, man, it's just getting weird now. Bro, if you don't know, we're not gonna laugh at you. Just
That's
say,
fine.
I don't know.
No, of course, yeah. If I don't know, then this is me just like trying, obviously,
But that is, maybe did
tell your
Mary do
mind
that? Did Mary, when the angel came to Mary, did Mary strip to see if it's an angel? Did Mary do the test?
No.
No. So Mary didn't do that test. So if it's not Mary and Khadija knew, my question again, is this something that only women knew how to test to see if it's an angel? Who was the first one? And give me some proof of anybody else testing the angel by doing a striptease, the first pole dance. Just show it to me.
No, there is no need, like, to describe it like that, a pole dance and that, that's extra, James. I like talking to you because, we always keep it within respect. Because I respect your faith, you respect
keep going
mine,
in circles, and then that's disrespectful. I'm asking you a clear question one more time.
That's fine. You want to move on to something else?
One more time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer.
Anyone that you know that has ever did this type of striptease to test an angel? Yes or no?
Sorry? Did anyone else did? No.
No. Beautiful. How did Khadija know how to do it?
I don't know, to be honest, and like,
thank you for being honest, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, why, how did she know if it was the first time? Like, this is what I'm saying, so for me, I'll go back, I'll check, the timings, if it is the same time, the first time when Prophet Muhammad met Jibreel alayhi salam, then fair enough, then I'll ask the same question as well, because it makes sense. Okay, but all I know is that, the first time she didn't try, she so it was after, when he started getting the prophecy, and then he visited them at home. And
so my point with regards to this is the testimony of two women is equal to one man. Yet we are taking the testimony of one woman with no other witnesses over Muhammad or over anyone else, and now we're accepting the testimony again of a half brain, a half a woman, a half a brain. According to your religion, testimony of two women is equal to one man. We have to take this testimony as true.
Okay. Well,
so you don't see a problem with that, right?
The thing is, because it's a hadith, so it's like a narration. So with all my respect, James, I think, if like we focus probably on the Quran, for example, it would be more
the Quran is the one that tells us that woman, the testimony of two women is equal to one man, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm basically going back to the Quran, saying that this is what the Quran confirms. And if we go back to the hadith, because we've got no other information or explanation about just right from the start, but we'll move on from that. So just to understand, right from the start of your religion, the beginning of your religion is based on a woman's testimony that the same God of Islam is saying is only worth half of a man. And because of her testimony, we now believe that Muhammad was visited by an angel. Not because the angel introduced himself, but because a woman did the test to check if it's an angel or a demon. This is how your religion starts. This is the introduction of Islam.
This is why it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does not make sense in the sense, it's a claim that you're claiming, but as I'm saying,
come on. Am I claiming this, or is this coming from your scholars?
Well, again, I think if we skip this one, James, because we are stuck in, I'm saying, two different times like it happened. It's two
I
separate
don't care if it was
events.
50 different times. It was still a half-brain woman that confirmed it was an angel, not anyone else.
Like, you know, in Islam, like, you know, the that's when it comes, you know, to witnessing, like, for example, about someone stole, for example, or like in courts, you know. So two, obviously, like in big occurrences, they say
What
we
is
have in
bigger than
Islam
what is
two in-
bigger than having an angel visit your prophet? There's nothing bigger than that, right? So if this is the biggest and the greatest and the most exciting thing in the world, this over here should have the eyewitnesses needed. Yet, as I said, this is the introduction of Islam. Without this occurrence, without us finding out who visited Muhammad in the cave, without any of this, we can't say that Islam came from any god, because it has to depend on the fact that a woman said, an angel said that he visited Muhammad coming from a god that nobody else knew or saw. So again, your entire religion is based on this occurrence.
No, I don't see it that way, James, because it's the Prophet himself, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself. You know, he confirmed that he's seen. It's Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's claim. It's sorry. So it's Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's claim. Okay, and
that's a claim again.
Well, you can. I mean, I'm saying claim because obviously, like, to simplify it for you, because obviously you don't believe.
My man, I'm just looking at it. I'm being totally honest, and I'm just looking at it logically. A man goes to a cave. He goes to this cave. 0 witnesses. He gets visited by a man in a cave who's supposed to be an angel that's actually the Holy Spirit. Notice the rubbish now, right? Please pay attention to this. So, according to what we've been told now, a man comes to the cave who's actually an angel, who's actually the Holy Spirit, who actually has 600 wings that goes from the east to the west, enters this little hole that they're calling a cave. It squeezes this guy to the point where he wants to unalive himself several times. He tries to throw himself from the top of the mountain, but this thing says to him, don't. Doesn't introduce himself. The thing that's supposed to be all-knowing, comes from all-knowing God, says to him to read, to ikra, but he doesn't have anything to read or to recite. Eventually, he goes down. Whether it's the first time, the second time, or the 1000th time, he goes back and he goes to Khadija, crying to her, cover me, cover me. And then she says, tell me when you see this thing. He sees this thing again, only he does. Then she's able to find a test for something she never ever knew about, because this is not something new to her. Then she takes him to Waraka bin Nawfal. Waraka bin Nawfal says this is the same angel that visited Moses, but Moses was never visited by an angel. Then we know now that this angel is now an angel, and he's coming from the God of Abraham, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, come on, man. Where do we go? DJ, God bless. Where do we go? Because so far, nothing, 0, is making sense, because we still don't have the introduction. Everything is based on there's nothing true in it, because you can't tell me which angel visited Moses and when. You can't tell me that Khadija knew how to do this test, and you can't prove that anyone in history has ever done this test.
No, Prophet Moses met angels. Prophets do.
Show me where he met Jibril.
Sorry?
Show me where he met Jibril.
He met Jibril just before Prophet Moses split the sea, before the miracle.
In the Quran, where do I go in the Quran to see he met Jibril?
Well, this is again, you know, it's so this is again, you know, this is a I don't know which ayah, but I remember, you know, the hadith about it.
Again, see, you said to me, let's stay away from the hadith, let's stay in the Quran. I'm asking you now, in the Quran, did he ever meet him in the Quran? No. What do we have to do then? We need to go to the man-made hadiths to try to make it make sense.
I can't remember, to be honest, you know, from top of my head, you know, James, now, but I can keep it for next time and I'll bring it to you.
No worries, bro. I'd appreciate that, because I've never seen anywhere that that Moses met Jibril, and this is the same angel that came to Muhammad. Never seen it, and I'd appreciate if you do.
Okay.
But
okay, yeah.
we can move on from this, because it just seems that even the introduction of Islam to me does not make sense. Because remember, it was Waraka bin Nawfal, a Christian, a Christian or whatever he was, that told him it's the same one, and it was a woman that told him. While we're on the subject, when Muhammad married Khadija, what religion was Muhammad?
Khadija, which is his first wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he wasn't a believer then.
What was Khadija?
The same, I think.
Okay, but her uncle was supposed to be like some sort of Christian, correct?
Probably. Okay.
So in that culture, according to history, they wouldn't marry outside of the cultures, correct? Like a Jew would marry a Jew and a Christian would marry a Christian. So my question then would be, we know that Muhammad's parents were pagans and they both in hell. And we know that Muhammad used to do the circling the Kaaba and stuff, even on the day when Warika came to him and said to him, you are a prophet. The day that he was told that by Warika was stopping him while he was walking around the Kaaba, doing the same pagan rituals like the pagans did.
Okay.
So, again, I just want to know, I'm just trying to figure out now, because it seems as if Muhammad was having the best of all worlds, not just both worlds.
Okay, so like we still till today in the Kaaba, we do. Sorry, so we still in the Kaaba, we still do the pilgrimage where we go around the Kaaba.
Yeah, that's all the pagan rituals that you still keep. Yes.
Yes. No, I wouldn't say it's pagan. It's a holy place.
Let's go there. Did the pagans walk around the Kaaba 7 times?
No, they didn't do that. They had statues at that time, and they used to come in and they do sacrifices like
we're not talking about the idols just yet. Did they walk around the Kaaba 7 times, prostrate to it, kiss it, and touch it? Blackstone and the Yemeni corner.
Who's that? The pagans.
Pagans, yes.
I don't know if they circled it.
Yes,
I know
did.
that they
I
got
can show
inside.
you hadiths on that, and I can also show you they did the Safa and Marwa. I can show you they did the Ashura. I can show you they threw stones at Satan. I can show you that they used to shave their heads. I can show you that they were prostrating and believed that the black stone took away their sins. So all of this was already done before Muhammad and Islam came about. And as the Quran says, and as Muhammad said, I have fabricated things against Allah when he included Allat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, and he made them people prostrate to them. So we know that he's taken all these pagan rituals, added it to your religion, which you still do to this day, exactly the same thing as those pagans did. And now it's in the name of Allah, but we've drifted off. Let's just get back now to the topic.
All right. So did you know that the pilgrimage goes back, to Prophet Abraham? So
no, it doesn't. That's a whole different thing. You see, the difference is, and this is the easiest checkmate. Watch this. The easiest checkmate.
Let me link it, James. Let me link it first.
Sure.
Let me just finish my point so that it's clear. So Prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael, they're the ones that they built the Kaaba.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, it's them.
No, they didn't. I can prove it from the Quran. They didn't.
Go on. Who did that?
Well, that's your problem, not mine.
They renovated it.
Your Quran tells us they didn't, bro. You need to trust your Allah every now and then. Seriously.
Okay. Show me.
Beautiful. So I'll make it simple for you. Were there any prophets, messengers, or warners ever sent to the Arabic people before Muhammad?
To the Arabic people, no.
No. Was Abraham and Ishmael prophet, warner, messenger?
Sorry, was prophet?
Was Abraham and Ishmael a prophet, a messenger, or a warner?
They're prophets.
Beautiful. So I asked you, were any prophets, messengers, or warners ever sent to the people of Arabia? You said no.
Yes, correct.
Beautiful. If there was no prophet, messenger, or warner sent to the people of Arabia, then it meant that Abraham and Ishmael, who were prophets, warners, or messengers, were never sent to the people of Arabia. Now, if you go to your Quran, it tells us clearly in Surah 28, 46, and 47, talking to Muhammad, it says, but you too have been sent as an act of grace from your Lord to give a warning to a people to whom no warner has come before you. So no warner has ever come to the Arabic Peninsula. It says, Lord, if you had only sent us a messenger, we might have followed your message. I can give you many more. Let me give you a few more, because I'm going to show you now in Surah 36. Sorry, Surah 30. Sorry, in Surah 36, 2-6 says that none of Muhammad's ancestors have ever been warned and are therefore heedless. Is Ishmael an ancestor of Muhammad?
Well, he's the father in a way.
So is he an ancestor, a forefather of Muhammad?
Yes.
Beautiful. Allah says that none of Muhammad's forefathers or ancestors have ever been warned. Surah 36, 2-6. It says that therefore they were heedless.
That's since Ishmael. So yeah, we haven't been sent any because Prophet Abraham and Ishmael. So and all his sons, obviously, that were Islam. So the word
no,
Islam.
They weren't. Again, you're making things up as you go. Again, this is wrong. In your Quran, 29:27 tells us that the prophethood ends with Ismail. Not anyone after Ismail, but stops at Ishmael. Finished.
Sorry, say again.
In your Quran, it confirms in Surah 29:27 that the prophethood doesn't go down to Isaac. It stops with Ishmael. Finished. Not only that, your Quran also says in Surah 19:54, it says, remember Ishmael. He was a prophet and a messenger. Now, the Quran repeatedly testifies that the Arabs, who are the forefathers of Muhammad, never received any scripture before Muhammad. This is what your Quran says. Do you agree with your Quran when it says that?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So if none of the ancestors of Muhammad, the forefathers of Muhammad, ever received scripture, that would include Abraham and Ishmael, correct?
No.
Dude, come on, man. If I'm telling you that none of your ancestors are American, does that mean that, hang on, does that mean that Bob the Builder was actually your ancestor 1,000 years ago?
Okay, James, right. So let me explain this first. So there's three things that you need to know. So for example, Islam, what does it mean? So it means believing in God, angels, and prophets. This is the explanation of Islam. That's one.
Yeah, but you're not saying which God. You're not saying which God you believe in. You're saying
the one and only
God. Remember, the pagans also had the same God called Allah before Islam.
Elohim, yeah. I mean, even in
not Elohim. Don't say Elohim. It's Allah. They had a God called Allah.
In Jewish,
in worshiping the Allah of the pagans. The Allah of the pagans was called Allah, not Elohim, not Eli, Ilu, anything of that.
Okay.
Allah.
Okay. All right. I'll reply to that, James. We have to know that throughout history, Adam, the first, you know Adam, right? You believe in Adam?
Yeah, sure.
Of course. So Adam, ever since he came, he knew he was a Muslim.
No, he wasn't a Muslim. He didn't know he was a Muslim. You can't prove he was a Muslim.
One sec, James. So by saying a Muslim, forget about being a Muslim.
Okay, stop for a second. Who was the first? Who's the first one in the Quran commanded to be the Muslim? The first one that's commanded to be the first Muslim, according to your Quran. Who is the one that is commanded to be the first Muslim in Islam?
Okay, so James, honestly, let me just finish my point, and
so
then you can ask me any question.
But I can't handle that. I can't handle this because you're bringing no proof. Listen to the simple question. According to your Quran,
if you can't handle it, then the conversation won't be fun.
According to your Quran, who is commanded to be the first Muslim?
The Adam.
No. Okay, show me, prove it, and I'll show you that you're wrong.
So
prove it, and I'll show you
again.
wrong.
I'm saying that Islam means believing in God. Okay.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you who was commanded to be the first Muslim.
Have been commanded in the Quran. I wouldn't remember now from the top of my head, like who was the first one, commanded to be a Muslim. So obviously
in your Quran, 6:14, Allah says that He commands Muslim. It says, I have been commanded to be the first Muslim, to be the first of them that surrender, the first to submit.
Who's that?
Muhammad.
Who's saying this?
Muhammad.
To be a Muslim.
To be the first, not just to be a Muslim, but to be the first.
From the Ummah. Yeah, from the Arabians.
No. Don't add to your Quran. Don't be adding nothing in the Quran. The Quran is very clear. It says, I have been commanded to be the first of the believers, the first to submit, the first to surrender, the first Muslim. That's what your Quran says. So I'm asking you, is Allah lying, or Muhammad lying, or Adam lying? Because they all can't be the first Muslim.
With all my respect, James, with all my respect, like, don't take this personal, but I think it's you. Your information is wrong. I wouldn't say, you're
open
lying.
Your Quran.
Because I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Give me evidence.
I'm telling you from the Quran.
Don't tell me.
From the Quran.
Read.
Bro, you need to listen.
No,
please, James.
Open your Quran and read. I don't want to read between lines. I don't want to listen to people's opinions. I want to read what Allah just said.
Yeah, this is why I'm going to quote from the Quran.
Sure. Okay. Give me the chapter and verse.
Okay. So when Prophet Abraham...
chapter and verse, brother.
Okay, give me a sec.
You haven't requested one. I'm not sure what you're asking for, bro. I just want you guys to notice, Surah 6:14 says clearly that I have been commanded to be the first to surrender. Not only in that verse, guys, there's another verse that says exactly the same thing, confirming what Muhammad just said. Because again, he said in Surah 6:163, I have been commanded and I am the first of the Muslims. Now, Muslims will tell you, yeah, he's talking about in his time, because again, they've got to add to the Quran to make it make sense, because once again, this is not what the Quran said. This is what man is trying to say, what the Quran said. Just wait for him to come back. The one, what would you like to add, my brother?
I was just gonna ask him if he thinks Ibrahim is Muslim, Adam and Eve, Jesus, everyone is Muslim. How did we end up with 360 gods in Mecca? So Ibrahim built the Mecca, Muhammad continued his Islamic thing. Where did we get all those gods from? If he can explain to us. Thank you, James.
So hi, I'm back again, James.
Yes, sir. Oh, he's gone. One, that was a good question. I'll try to remember that one. Yes, Badis. So you're going to show me where Adam is the first Muslim.
We said about Abraham. You were talking about Abraham.
No, as you said Adam, but that's fine. Abraham is, I know where Abraham says he's the first Muslim. That's another contradiction in your Quran.
This is why I'm saying, because, James, if you follow it, if you let me finish, then you will understand how Islam looks at it.
But before I give you a chance, I want people to realize this.
Please,
everybody listen. There's over 200 people listening, right? Both here and on YouTube. Notice that I just read twice in the Quran what Allah said. I repeated it word for word. I didn't add to it. I didn't twist it. I didn't tell you what Allah tried to say as opposed to what he just said. I just repeated what he said. Surah 6:163. I have been commanded and I am the first of the Muslims. Okay. Muhammad said this. Now we're going to let Badis tell me what Allah tried to say, what the Quran is trying to say, as opposed to what we just read. Sorry, sir. Go on.
Thank you, James. Okay. Thank you for giving me the chance to reply. So for that's why I'm saying he is talking about, the Arabs, which then they call them al-Ummiyin, which is the illiterates in a way. So he was the first one, because he is, so there are the descendants of Ishmael, the descendants of Yaqub, Jacob, the descendants of Ishaq, Isaac. So Ishmael, he's the son of Abraham, right? We all know that. So Abraham, as I said, for his from the Quran, you can read it from chapter 68, 67, which says, about, Ishmael and Ibrahim, and how all his sons as well, they were Muslims. They believe like Prophet Abraham. and then the descendants. So from Prophet Ismail, we knew that there will be no one until Prophet Muhammad. So it's that simple.
So you are saying that, and I am agreeing with you, because yes, the verse does say in Surah 367, Abraham is a Muslim. Surah 5:111 says everyone's a Muslim. Surah 7:143 says Musa's a Muslim. Surah 22:78 says everyone's a Muslim. Surah 26:51 says Egyptians are Muslims. Surah 5:111 and 61:14 says that even Jesus's followers are Muslim. Then this becomes even a bigger problem, because the Quran is being clear when it says, I have been commanded and I am the first Muslim. So again, the question is not my problem, it's your problem, because your Quran is not being consistent. Everything you said to me, you added to the Quran. None of what you said to me,
I quoted from.
hang on. None of what you said to me is actually in the Quran. None of
It is in
it.
the Quran. I told you now, just quote, 68, 67.
Okay, in
But you
68,
kept referring to
67,
the
what's
same
this?
ayah
In
again and
68,
repeating,
67, bro, in 68, 67, does that prove that Muhammad was the first Muslim?
No, this is exactly why I'm saying that he refers from the descendants of Al-Ummiyin.
Okay, you said 68 what?
68, 67. That proves,
There's no
that's
67 in
different.
68. There's no
That's
67.
That's Prophet Ismail. So it's again, James, because
hang on. You got the wrong verse. That's not in the verse you gave me. 68 doesn't go to 67.
Surah Al-Umran, 68, 67.
Yeah, that's not 68. Maybe that's a different one. Hang on. You said Al-Imran? That is not
Correct,
68. Say again?
Yeah, correct. Al-Umran, and then the ayah 67.
Chapter 3. Surah Al-Imran.
Yeah. Try with the Al-Imran, 67, 68.
So it says, Abraham was nor a Jew, nor a Christian. But again, according to the Bible, it says that he was Hebrew. But he was an upright man who surrendered to Allah, and he was not of the idolaters. Correct?
Okay. Yeah, correct. The one thing I wanted to refer to, James, as you said, he's Hebrew. Hebrew is not a religion.
Hebrew is not a religion, but watch this. Again, watch this. When you go to the Bible, when it says Hebrew, who is it talking about? In Genesis 14:13, when it says, after a man who had escaped came and told Abraham the Hebrew. When it's calling him Hebrew, who is the Hebrew referring to?
His ethnicity.
Okay, because Abram was known as Abram, not Abraham, until God changed his name in Genesis, right? 17:15. And the Bible clearly states that Abraham was a Hebrew, and according to the Jewish Encyclopedia, the terms Hebrews and Israelites describe the same people. Same people, not Muslim. So
No.
if don't you dare go against history now and logic, please.
No.
We're looking back. You're going to tell me that what?
Say it again, James.
Because again, the Hebrews and Israelites are the same people, and it explains that they were called Hebrews before the conquest of the land of Canaan, and was subsequently they were called Israelites after the conquest. And if the Hebrews were Arabs, then they would not be Hebrews now, would they? And since Ishmael was the firstborn of Abraham, he simply cannot be anybody other than a Hebrew like his father, because Muhammad has to be a Hebrew in order for Muslims to claim that he was a descendant of Ishmael.
Obviously, roots. So Prophet Abraham, he's our father, the father of the rest of the prophets.
Again, we've been going on so many different routes, bro. I don't know where we off to next. My whole point again is, according to your religion, your Allah commands someone to be the first Muslim. I'm asking you, if Allah commands you to be the first Muslim, and I say to you, I was a Muslim before you. Either the commander's wrong, you are wrong, or I am wrong, correct?
Okay. James, thank you very much. Honestly, because James, I tried, to explain to you that he's talking about, the first.
It doesn't say that in the scripture, dude. You making it up.
No.
James, can I just say something really quick?
Sorry, I mean, one sec. I mean, sorry. So obviously they are the descendants of each other. So Abraham is the father. We know that, and you said it in your explanation. So Prophet Abraham, okay, Hebrew, then he's got his sons, and then Ishmael, and from Ishmael, because he moved, to the Saudi Arabia, let's say now. Okay, so he had the descendants. So those people, they were called al-Ummiyin. Okay, so they are still the same family.
Buddies.
And yeah, go ahead, Amin.
Yeah. We've already gone over this several times before, and you seem to not be understanding. Now, here's what I'm going to say, and you can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But it seems that you've been told a lot of different things, which is fine. Growing up, we're all told different things, man. That's fine. But there comes a point in our life where we have to ask, are the things that we were told true? And one of the easiest ways to know if what we were told is true is by looking at the sources that they claim to get it from. What James has been doing for the past 30 minutes on almost every topic that you yourself have brought up, from the source that you yourself claim to be true, is showing you that it is indeed not true. Now, I am very curious, and James, if you don't want to go here yet, that's fine. But I'm gonna assume that no matter what you say, James, he's just gonna say we're wrong, even if we show it to him. So I'm curious, Badis,
No,
why
not
are
really.
you
I
a
mean,
Muslim?
not really. I
Hold on
mean,
a second.
because
Hold on. It's
we're
fine. It's
analyzing
you,
together.
Badis. I've listened to you guys for the past 30 minutes, and everything that we've said, you've just disagreed with, and you've given us no explanatory reason as to why we should agree with you.
Not really.
So
I mean,
now I'm curious.
Not really. I mean,
No problem. No problem. But now I'm curious. Why are you a Muslim? Like, I think that's the heart of the issue, because that is your epistemic framework. That is your foundation as to why you believe what you believe and
yeah.
why you're not agreeing with us. And I'm curious, I want to know, why are you Muslim?
Okay. I'm Muslim, because it's a religion. It teaches lots of good ethics. Very, very good ethics, and I think it's the way of living. I mean, everyone that did convert to Islam, they said the same. It's because, there is a lot of, even in small rituals. And I became Muslim, by researches. So I always, ask questions. I research the Quran. For me, obviously, like anyone else, when you're young, it's a book, and especially if you're someone independent and you ask questions. So I started my researches, and still going as well. I'm researching lots of things, lots of the authenticity of the book.
So let's start there. When you researched it, what did you find to be true?
Lots of things, including the authenticity of the book itself and how unique, in a way, out of.
What is the authenticity of the book? What does that mean to you?
So, I mean, because I love science, I love maths. I'm like, yeah. So, I like things, to be calculated in a way. So I have my own way of calculating things, or in a way of visualizing things. And in my research about the Quran, I found that, and one thing as well I wanted to refer to is.
Hold on. Let's just.
I mean.
I got you. Hold on a second, because you're giving me a lot more information than is needed. The reason I'm asking you these questions is because I'm trying to understand why a person goes against sound reason and logic. And at the heart of it, it goes to what you believe foundationally. Now, if what you believe foundationally is what you are saying, then that means that you feel that you have a better reason to believe that than what we are telling you. And I'm trying to understand. Now, you said you have researched certain things, you found them to be true, and you alluded to science or math or whatever that you can find within the Quran. And I'm asking, what are those examples? Can you give me one?
Okay, so for me, I did a comparison as well between books as well. If you want to add that, I mean, you know, so
Okay,
I
let's
did.
start there. Let's start there then. Can you give me an example of a comparison?
Like when I researched the Torah and the Bible, there were like men throughout history. It has been kind of manipulated by men. So if I had, you know, obviously the Torah, and any Muslim, if they have the copy of the original Torah and the original Bible, we will be definitely following it as well.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
that's
great,
the
great.
only
So let's stay
difference.
here. Let's stay here.
Yeah.
Let's go very slowly.
Mhm.
So, from my understanding, you're saying that because according to the Quran, there were about 4 different types of scriptures, books, or messages that were given to Islamic prophets. There were the scrolls of Abraham that were given to Ibrahim. The Quran says that. There was the Torah that was given to Musa. There was the Zabur that was given to Dawood, and there was the Injil that was given to Isa.
Yeah.
The last revelation, according to you guys, is the Quran that was given to Muhammad. So you're telling me that the only book that exists today that is untampered with is the Quran, correct? Compared to the previous books?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Because you researched this. This is one of the reasons. This is
I
one of the
did,
reasons you gave.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to think about this.
Yep.
If there are 5 books that were given to Islamic prophets,
Yep.
and 4 of them we don't have today, and the only one that we're able to verify is the Quran, that means 80% of your religion cannot be verified. Do you agree?
Sorry, I lost you for a bit. I mean,
I know this question loses a lot of you guys when you first hear it.
okay, go ahead.
From your own admission, there are 5 books, revelations, messages throughout history, whatever, that were given. 4 of them, from your own admission, are either lost, tampered with, or corrupted.
Correct.
So from your own admission, because you said you like math, so I'm giving you a mathematical equation.
Yep.
From your own admission, that means 80% of your religion cannot be verified, correct?
80% of my religion can't be verified?
Yes.
No, because there is always the roots, so the
Okay.
fundamentals.
Out of 100%, in 100%, if you put 5 into 100%, what is the percentage you get out of?
5 and 100%.
5 goes into 100. What? Like what's the answer to that? If you divide it 100 by 5.
Like with Judaism, we do have the same fundamentals. So, like, you know, the one God.
Please, I'm asking a very straightforward question. Please, my bro. Please, my friend. 5 goes into 100. 5 goes into 100. How? Like if you divide 100 by 5, what's the percentage you get? What's the number?
The percentage on checking on Islam
No,
throughout.
my friend, you said you like math. I'm giving you a math equation. 100 divided by 5. 5 goes into 100. How many times, dude?
You know, I know 20.
Okay, thank you. So out of the 5 books that were given, 4 are missing. If you do 4 times 20, that is 80. That means 80% of your religion cannot be verified. You're only left with the 20, correct?
No, not really. No, I don't analyze it
Not
like
really.
that. You can't analyze it.
This is what you. Okay, let's do this one more time.
No. I know. I mean, I understood you. Honestly.
I don't think you. Hold on. I don't think
book.
you do. I don't think you do, because you keep agreeing with me in the beginning, then you backtrack once you realize the reality of the situation. Let's start from the beginning. The scrolls of Ibrahim, what happened to those?
The stories of Ibrahim?
The scrolls of Ibrahim. The Quran says that scrolls were given to Abraham. What happened to those? Do we have them today?
I don't know. I know about the Torah and the Injil and the Zabur, to be honest.
Okay, so we don't have the scrolls of Ibrahim anymore. What about the Torah? What happened to that?
It has been manipulated.
Okay, good. What about the Zabur?
Zabur now is missing. They're looking at it. So I think it's included.
Okay. So it's lost.
It's
lost. Oh,
still the same.
Hold on a second. So you said you think it's included into what? I'm sorry?
The Torah. So I think I've seen this information. I'm not like confirmed.
So is the Zabur that we have today the same Zabur that was given to Dawood?
It's gonna be manipulated.
Okay, so tampered with. What about the Injil that was given to Isa? What happened to that?
It has been manipulated, like
Manipulated.
100%.
Okay, tampered with.
Tampered
So
with.
that's 80. So from your own admission, again, all of
Mhm.
these were Islamic prophets. They weren't. That's just what you believe.
Yeah.
And then you tell us that they were tampered with, lost, distorted, whatever, corrupted. Okay, fine.
Mhm.
So that means 80% of what you believe is unverifiable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
thank
not,
you.
you can't take
Uh,
the authenticity.
Okay, so you said yes, and now you're saying no. Okay. Do we need to do it one more time, or I mean, I'm not understanding.
I mean, please, I don't have time, like, honestly, to repeat it one more time. But what I'm
I
saying,
don't have
if you
time to
listen-
repeat it one more time either. But
No,
this is
no,
why
I
I
mean-
keep asking, because you keep agreeing with me.
you need.
And then when you realize where this is going, you say, no, that's ridiculous. That can't be true. But then you agree with me in the beginning. So
No.
what I'm doing. Hold on a
listen
second,
to
bro.
me,
Just listen
listen
to
to
me.
me.
Just listen. No, you listen to me, because I've been listening to you for the past 30 minutes. You've been
No,
going
you
back
haven't.
and
No,
forth with
that's
James.
that's an incorrect fact. I have been listening to you.
That is, when you and James were talking, when you went through the whole spiel about Ibrahim and Ishaq and the Kaaba and prophets, I didn't say anything. I was listening. I was here.
Okay.
And what I'm starting to realize is, it's like pruning branches. It's not going to do anything because the branches will grow back. We need to understand where the root of the issue is. And the root of the issue that you're having is your foundation. And what I'm explaining to you, what I'm trying to explain to you, is that the foundation of what you predicate your belief on, your reasoning for believing this over what we're telling you, are these reasons that you're giving us. So I'm showing you that the reasons that you're giving us are not sufficient. They hold no explanatory power. And now that you see where this is going, you don't want to continue walking down this path. You need to explain to us why we should believe in something that is only 20% verifiable over what we believe with thousands of years of attestation and textual history. Can you please do that for me? Can you give us a reason as to why your position holds more explanatory power than ours?
Okay. Because the way, this is exactly what I wanted to say. I mean, the way you translate things and the way I see it are two different things. So, for example, you say
this wasn't my bro. Hold on,
let me just
because
finish,
you're not
bro.
going to gaslight me. You're not going to gaslight me. No,
No,
this
I'm not
is not
gaslighting you,
my
I mean.
position, Badis. This is not
Just let me
my
finish, bro.
position. This is your position. Do you understand that? This is why
What's
I'm
my
taking you
position?
through this. Your position is that only 20% of your belief, your system, your epistemology, your worldview, your foundation is verifiable. This
Okay,
is
can I
your
comment on that?
position.
I mean, can I comment on that?
Please.
Thank you. Without interrupting me, please, Amin. Because this
I'm
is
only
the
going
fifth
to
time.
interrupt you. I'm only going to
Please,
interrupt
brother,
you.
just
I'm
listen to
only
me to
going
the
to
end so that
interrupt. Hold on. I'm only going to interrupt you if you answer questions that I didn't ask.
Okay, right. So in regards to that, you say 20% of 100%. That is a wrong calculation because it's the same book, it's the same message sent 5 times. Let's put it this way. Okay, but the 4 times before, it has been manipulated. So you can't say it's 20% of the faith.
Okay, tell you what, watch this. Do you believe that there are remnants of truth in those, like for instance, right now what we have, the Injil and the Torah? Do you believe there's remnants of truth of Muhammad or Islam or anything like that in those books?
Is there like any mentioning of Prophet Muhammad?
Okay, let's say that. Do you believe that Muhammad can be found anywhere in the previous scriptures that we have today?
I heard there is. So in Torah.
Okay. Can you give me an example? And just for the sake of the argument, I'm going to agree with you that this is a verse that you'll use. Can you give me an example? We don't have to go through the whole idea of the verse and proving it. Can you just give me a verse that you would use from the Torah?
It have to be next time. I'll have to research it then because I haven't
Can
got
I
it.
give you a verse that we hear a lot?
Okay.
Deuteronomy 18:18. It says that there's going to be a prophet coming after me from amongst your brethren. Have you heard that one?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is one that they give us amongst many other verses. Here's the question then that I would ask to you. if this is going to be your position. And this is the question I ask to all of you guys when you do this, just to show you how ridiculous this position is, respectfully. Let's say you go to Deuteronomy 18:18 and you say that this is about Muhammad. The question then becomes, how do you know that this verse wasn't tampered with to make you think that it's about Muhammad? Do you understand the question? Do I need to say it again?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. So being that you understand the question, that means you also understand the severity that goes along with it. If you can't verify that the verse that you yourself go to in the previous scriptures is not corrupted, then you can't use any of the book, because the parts that you think agree with your book, we're just going to ask you, how do you know it wasn't corrupted to say that? And you don't have an answer for that. This is why I say, don't even worry about it. Don't say some is corrupted. Say all of it is gone, because you can't verify it definitively. So this is why I say, based on your position, 80% is lost. So now you are only left with the Quran and the words of Muhammad. No problem. But this is your position. So whose position is this, Badis? Is it mine or yours?
It's mine, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So now that we've established that, you now need to explain to us. You need to give us an answer that holds explanatory power as to why we should take the 20% of your religion over. I mean, bro, think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with a 20% success rate is insane. Would you start a business if you knew that 20% of the time, you know, like that has a 20% success rate? Would you buy a car where they say, yeah, 80% of the time it's probably going to break down? Would you marry a woman where she says 80% of the time I dump or I divorce the men that I marry? Would you apply for a job where the manager says 80% of the time we fire the people that we just hire? Would you? You wouldn't do anything like that. And this is what we're asking you to do. I'm challenging your core beliefs, your foundation. This is called questions before argumentation. Because in order for us to argue with something, the premise has already been set, and we're agreeing that that is the facts. But in your particular situation, we can't even get to the argument because your foundation is so shaky, and I'm showing you that. Nobody bets on something that only has a 20% success rate. And I'm trying to get you to see and realize why you're not agreeing with James when he says stuff. But now I'm showing you that you're not agreeing with him, and the system that you're using to try to disprove him is only successful 20% of the time. It can only be verified 20%. And you want us to believe in this and follow it.
Okay.
Nobody would do that. Go for it, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I gave you my your time and I didn't interrupt at all. So I hope you do the same as well, please. I mean,
I'm going to mute up now, actually, because I have to finish doing this. I just wanted to try to make that known to you, but James, you can go back. I've said enough.
I made sure I listened to every part of it so that I can reply to it accordingly. So again, I mean, you refer to it as 20% of it. When it is completely, it's 100%. And I'll tell you why. It's 100% because it's the same, let's say it's the same message. Okay. So God wouldn't send 20%. I'd be like, oh, I sent you the 80%. This is the 20%. It wasn't a completion. It wasn't a puzzle. So every book that came down was complete. So the Torah, the Injil, the Zabur, Quran, they came and they were complete. So they had everything that you needed. So we did it the first time, the 100%. We corrupted it. So he sent us another 100%, and we corrupted it. So he sent us another 100%.
Yeah, but my bad is, come on, man. What you
So
do
is that in Muhammad time? I mean, can I ask you?
this?
James, I'm sorry. I just have to say this last thing, man, because this is not. I don't think you're getting it. Badis, I can show you that it's less than 1% verifiable. Do you want me to do that?
Sorry, say that again.
I can show you that it's actually less than 1% verifiable. Do you want me to do that?
Okay.
Okay, watch this. How many prophets in Islam were sent according to you guys? It was like 124,000.
Sorry, say that again. Talk to me.
How many prophets were sent in Islam? It was 124,000, right?
Yeah, I heard that number. Yeah.
I mean, well, Well, what number do you say?
Well, I don't know all of them, obviously, and I don't. I
Okay.
doubt,
Let's just go. Let's just
understand.
go with the mainstream idea. 124,000. Okay. All of the messages of those prophets were in the previous scriptures and were somewhere throughout history. What happened to those messages, Betty's, of the 124,000?
Okay, so the books and reading, I think, it started all from
leave. Is Adam Muslim?
Yeah.
Is Eve? Oh, you wouldn't know Eve. It's not in the Quran. So I'm guessing, yeah, okay, let's say.
Adam and Eve, it's in the Quran. Hawa.
If Eve is in the Quran,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my shahada right now on James's life. Anyway, but yeah, Adam Muslim. Is Noah Muslim?
Yeah.
Is the sons of Noah Muslims?
All of them. All of them.
All of them. Now
So-
you're gonna have a problem, my friend.
Go on.
You know why? Because I am these people. I am half Assyrian and I'm a half Chaldean.
Okay.
I still speak that language till today. We have 15,000 clay pads that's in UK right now. If you close, go to the museum, please, and you'll see it there, right? Ibrahim came from us.
Okay.
We went Muslim. We never said we Muslims. We never wrote Muslims, and we write everything. We have library. We gave you the wheel. We invented almost everything. I'm very sure you know Babylonians and Assyrians very well.
Yeah.
Now, your prophet, the first one, Hud, from here went to Yemen. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the Assyrians, they've conquered all the area? Will let Hud be Muslim?
They're different times, brother. You know.
Okay. So those are all Muslims, right?
They're supposed to be, but they.
Okay. So do you
depends on-
think they scripture, they pads is corrupted? They have 15,000 clay pads. They wrote.
What do they say? The clay pads? They're Muslims, yeah.
I can guarantee you they didn't say Muslims. We believed in a
Yeah,
normal human God. We believed in.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think
Allah Ashur, it's called.
the one. Can I just?
Okay,
quote-
so now let's go. No, before, and then you can answer me whatever you want, because whatever duct tape you're gonna use, it won't hold for long. Now, Ibrahim is Muslim. All this is Muslim. Tribe of Judah, Muslim, right?
Okay.
Abraham built Mecca, correct?
Yeah.
Where did Muhammad get 360 gods in Mecca when all those believed in Islam and it came to Mecca and we had 360 gods? That's two problems, my friend, you have. One, Allah can't keep his word safe, as your Quran say. Do you see there's a problem? What Emil was telling you, he tried to show you in numbers, but it didn't work with you. So now we're going to show you by pictures. Right? So if this is all wrong, then not even that 2% you have, you standing
it's
on
wrong?
is right.
Who said it's wrong?
Then, because I'm telling you right now, from here, there's no Islam, and I speak
That's
this
fine.
language.
That's fine. That
So,
doesn't
and if
come
you say
from-
there's no books, no history, I mean, bro, like there's 207 people, they
he's
know
not-
Assyrians and Chaldeans.
He's not
Okay.
going to accept that. But listen, guys, we're hitting another.
No, I give you a parallel. I give you our explanation, but you don't want to listen to it.
That is just let's just end it here. It seems as though only one of us has been true to what Allah has said. Only one of us has been proving that your Quran, for example, again, like the one just showed you, according to what we've just seen now, according to your book confirms that Abraham and Ishmael never set foot there. You ignore that. You go against outside of history. Your Quran confirms that the ancestors of Muhammad weren't warned as prophets or messengers. You saying yes, but they were. You are saying Khadijah had this miracle of knowing how to test prophethood, and then you
not a
make
miracle.
it make
It's not a
sense from
miracle.
something else. So far, all we've asked from anything that you've said is just give me evidence for any claim you've made, and you haven't. Nothing, my brother. You brought me nothing of evidence, and yet we are the ones saying to you, but this is what your Quran says. This is what your Hadith says. This is what your scholars are saying. Each
Yeah,
time
and
we
I'm-
say that, you are now saying, yeah, but then Amin broke it down to you, showing you are following a religion that is full of corrupted scripture. Your religion, Islam, is
Tell me.
full of corrupted scripture. It
Tell
has
me.
corrupted Torah, corrupted Injil, corrupted Zabur, and corrupted Injil. What's the one more? This is the scripts from Abraham. So each time we talk about your religion, It is riddled with corrupted scripture, and then you say, but the Quran is true. So trust me, bro, when it comes to the Quran. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just pick and choose from your religion and say, yeah, the book came down 100% correct, while at the same time you tell me your God says in the Quran, none can change my words. None can corrupt the words of Allah. Allah's words are
In the
eternal.
Quran, yeah.
Allah says this, Allah says that, and then you say, yeah, but Allah, we heard you say that, but that's not really what you mean. What you mean is that the Torah, the Injil, the Zabur, those books can be, but the Quran can't be. Dude, trust your Allah, man.
James, what I said is the books have already been corrupted by men.
Okay, stop there. Watch this. Let's go with exactly that now. Which man corrupted the Torah? The Injil. Let's take the Injil. Who was the one that corrupted the Injil?
You name it. I mean, even like
Okay, so you name it. So any Tom, Dick, and Harry. So
they
any
created
Tom,
the
Dick,
Church
and Harry.
of England out of it.
Okay,
and
now
they-
the Church of England. So hang on. When was the Injil corrupted?
Throughout history, like no king didn't come and change, you know, for
So
their own
again,
benefits.
when was it corrupted in history? Was it before Muhammad or after Muhammad?
Before Muhammad.
Beautiful. So that your God, who doesn't really, is not, now you're showing me that your God's not the smartest God, and your Quran and your Hadiths and your Muslim and your Muhammad is not a smart prophet either, because now your God is saying, if you in doubt, go to the book that you have with them. In fact, the book that you have with you, use it as guidance, judgment, and light. In fact, the book that you have with you, Jesus is confirming. So now we have a book that we are told to use as guidance, judgment, as light, and you saying, yeah, but Allah is saying that that book is corrupted. So I'm asking again, that is, how many Injils did we have at the time of Muhammad?
At that time, obviously less than what's now.
Okay, where was Muhammad?
In the Arabian Peninsula.
Arabian Peninsula. So where was the Injil given to Jesus?
In Palestine.
No, in Israel. Palestine doesn't exist in your Quran.
No,
Palestine does not exist in your Quran, just like it didn't exist 50 years ago, just like it has no borders, no presidents, no money, no history. But besides that,
Palestine?
besides all that,
Yeah.
now we
Palestine
know
is
that
mentioned
the Injil
even
came
in
to Jesus. Hang on.
history books,
The
brother.
Injil came to Jesus in Israel. And in Israel, when
In
it came
Palestine,
to
you
Jesus,
mean?
again, how many Injils did we have at the time? Was there only one?
How many Injils?
Yes. How many Injils did we have?
In Palestine, there was one. There must
Okay,
be
there was
one.
only
And the
one in
prophets of
Palestine and only one in Arabia, correct?
Should be, yeah.
You notice how stupid you have to be to understand that. This is why you're Muslim. So now we have one book in Palestine, one book in Israel.
Why are you becoming
Watch
rude
this. Hang
there?
on. What language
No,
was
one
the
sec, James.
Injil
One
written
sec,
in?
James.
Hang
One
on.
second,
What
James.
language was the
No,
Injil
one
written?
second,
I'm getting tired of you.
Let's stop there.
What
No.
language was
You're
the
being
Injil written
disrespectful,
in?
James.
What language was the Injil
You
written
are
in?
being disrespectful, James.
What
It's not good.
language?
Hold on a second. That
What
is-
language
that is
was the
stop,
Injil
dude.
written in?
You what, sorry?
What language was it written in, man?
What? You tell me, you're the Christian. You're supposed to be Christian.
No, the reason why we're asking you is because no matter what we tell you,
Yeah.
you disagree with it and you say we're lying.
I'm
You
not.
say it's corrupted.
The
All of this stuff that we say, this is why we're asking you. We have the answers. We have no problem providing them, but you're just gonna say it's not true. So this is why we're
What's not
asking
true?
you.
What's not true? I mean,
James, can you ask him the question one more time? Watch this.
I'm gonna make this as simple as possible. What language was the Injil written in?
I don't know.
In Palestine, what language in the Palestine in your Quran, the Palestine that your Quran talks about, what language was the Injil written in Palestine?
I don't know. Again,
In Arabia, what language was it written in Arabia?
in Arabia.
Muhammad's
I don't know at that
hometown.
time.
in his
Again, I'm
backyard.
telling you, James,
What language?
So I'm not. I don't know. Again, how do you
So
want me
you
to
know
tell you that?
nothing, and yet you don't keep quiet, man. I'll give you a chance to leave. I'll give you a chance to leave because now this was just getting annoyed.
The Alex wanted to come up, but yeah, I guess.
What else you gonna show him, Emil? I'm telling him I'm from those people. We have clay pads. It's there in the museum. It does not say Islam. It does not say Prophet. What else? Why do you have 360 gods in Mecca if Ibrahim was Muslim? Muhammad came to Mecca. Why did you have 360? Then Allah didn't do a good job to keep his word. What else you gonna show him? Does he want us to show him the wealth problem?
I just want to shout out for a sticker on YouTube. This is from Steve Walker 91. It says, math is the literal language of God. Millennia has passed, many civilizations, and yet math still the same as same. It's the way God shows us his logic. God bless you, James, and Amin. Thank you so much for that, my brother. God bless you.
I just wanted to let Alex up for a second, because even though that one guy, and I still believe if he's still here, he can listen to this, but there's 218 people in here. All of us can't be Christians in here. So there might have been some people that were listening and have never heard this before. And they are now saying, and they're realizing, hey, you know what they're saying actually makes sense. So Alex, really quick, can you explain to the people the gospel? 218 people. Can you give them the gospel really quick, please?
I can. So God made man. Man chose to go his own way. God, therefore, promised that he would send a savior. He chose a people, the Jewish people, through Abraham. He then followed that line, gave their law to those people, gave them a land. They rebelled against him and rejected him. Again, he sent prophets. He promised that some kind of Messiah, Mashiach, would come. That come later in down the road. That promise was fulfilled in Jesus Christ. He came. He lived the law passively and actively, and he was unalived and crucified for doing no wrong, and was resurrected on the third day and was ascended into heaven 40 days later, and now stands at the right hand of his Father, waiting to come back, and commands all to come to repentance and to believe in him. And if you do not, you will be judged by him.
Now, Alice, I want to ask you a question really quick. The previous prophecies that you talked about, where it said that the Messiah would be unalive for the remission of sins, and all of the other prophecies that talk about the coming of the Messiah, where do we find those?
We find those in the Tanakh.
In the previous scriptures, right?
Yeah,
in the Tanakh, in the Torah. Now, question for you. If the previous scriptures are corrupted, how would we know that somebody is this Mashiach?
He would say he was the Mashiach.
He would say it, but how would you be able to verify it if the previous scriptures are corrupted?
Because he would basically show.
It's not a trick question. Like, I'm not actually asking you to like give me, but do you see how you can't really give an answer for that?
Yeah, no, you can't.
If the previous scriptures are corrupted, you just have to keep circularity. Well, he would just fulfill stuff. Well, how would you know what he's supposed to fulfill? You wouldn't be able to give me an answer.
No,
previous scriptures we are lost.
Exactly. This is the problem. This is why this is so detrimental, guys. If the previous scriptures are corrupted, then there's no way for you to know anything. What prophecy? What fulfillment? How do you know? You don't. And they're going to say, well, we don't need to know. But you do. Because a lot is predicated on that person. The whole belief system is predicated on those previous scriptures. And this is why this is detrimental. So, man, just pray, guys, please.
Guys,
yeah, I just wanted to share that with Baddis and with people, because I just think people need to hear that. Like, that's ultimately what's going to save people. Like, we can argue with them and show that the Quran is false and everything, but ultimately that is what saves. That is the only thing that saves.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna let both you, Alex, and the one down. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Let me
God bless you too, James.
I just want to keep it just, the circle small for a little couple of seconds longer. But I just wanted to apologize as well for getting irritated, because guys, the reason that I get irritated with people like this is because of they They're just so disingenuous. I mean, let's be honest, right? We're asking questions based on their religion, and they try to make it make sense by adding to the religion. They add to it to try to make it make sense. And it must be so embarrassing just being a Muslim. It must be hard thinking about how am I going to lie today to make this make sense. It's just crazy. Please, guys, be Muslim if you're going to request up. Please, now, if you're going to be Muslim, please be Muslim if you request. I'm guessing Mufasa is a Muslim.
Yeah,
Mufasa, how are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Beautiful. My simple question to you, man, according to the topic we have today, is Islam is a religion by man for man. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
I will definitely disagree.
Okay, can you give me some advantages of being a woman in Islam?
Ontologically,
Doesn't matter, man. You can pick anything in the world. I just want to know. Give me some advantages of being a woman in Islam.
well,
If there's a woman listening to you right now in this chat, tell the woman, let's just give me three things, the three best reasons for a woman to become a Muslim.
one, it's very good for her aura, meaning her, her outer appearance. That is one thing that is beneficial.
And if you don't mind, you said it's good for her outer appearance, yet she's hiding her outer appearance, correct?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She can, yeah.
Sure. So it's good for your outside appearance because no one will see it.
Bro, you want me to speak or?
Yeah, sorry, no, I mean, I thought you were making jokes, but sorry, go on.
So yes, her aura, meaning her chastity. That is the one thing. The second thing is the fact that it helps her to lower her gaze, or if she follows what the Quran says. And the third thing is that it's a guarantee for her to enter Jannah. The most important one.
It's a guarantee.
Yes.
I was at it. Wait, can you show that to us? Where are you getting that from?
Yeah, we have the hadith from the Prophet where he says, if the woman performs her 5 daily salah, obeys her husband, and fasts in the month of Ramadan, she will enter Jannah from any gate she chooses to.
She's guaranteed to enter. I've never seen this hadith before. That's interesting.
Yeah, there is a hadith.
Okay, so I'm gonna find it.
If a woman performs her 5 daily prayers, basically she does the duties of the. 1 second.
Wait, so okay. Just listen. In the meantime, I've never heard that hadith before. I mean, if it exists, it exists.
I have
That's
it. I
interesting.
have it in front of me now. So it says, Anas reported, Allah's messenger is saying, when a woman observes the 5 times of prayer, fasts during Ramadan, preserves her chastity, and obeys her husband, she may enter by any of the gates of paradise she wishes. A way
What's
of
the hadith
saying
number?
nothing will prevent her from entering paradise. This is Mishkat al-Masbi 3254. Sorry. And then we got more. So it says, and now this is beautiful. I love this. Watch this. It keeps on going because there's more. It says, you are going to the people who are people of the book. So call them to bear witness. There is no deity but Allah, blah, blah, blah. It says, if they obey you, okay, there's not talking about wives. In respect, tell them that Allah has prescribed 5 daily prayers for them at night. If they obey in this regard, okay, that's something different. But the one that says it says when a woman observes, not a wife, and then it says that she needs to obey. But Mufasa, let's just rewind. So the reason, Rob Christian's there. God bless you, bro. So I didn't see you come up.
Hey, bless you guys. I
God
hope
bless,
everybody's
brother.
having a wonderful day. I love you guys. God bless you, Mishti.
God bless. So I just want to go back. So now, remember what he said, that is good for the woman's aura, that she doesn't show herself.
But James, we're confusing stuff. I came up to correct one thing. The Arabic word is not the word aura as we have it in English. Aura. Aura is the Arabic word. He
I
called it-
wasn't saying aura, bro. I didn't say AURA. I'm
Yeah.
not referring.
Aura. What is the word
I'm referring to
aura?
AWRAH.
Hold on. Take a moment, my friend. I want you to tell me what the word aura means. You said it means your chastity. Try one more time. What does aura really mean? And do not lie to James and Amin one more time.
So I think aura just basically means
Don't Google it.
what was the word?
Don't Google it. Don't ask.
I'm not
Please.
Googling anything. 1 second.
Bro, be honest. Farajah.
Aura means literally her nakedness. So as a
Yeah.
Muslim woman, listen carefully, everyone. Don't confuse aura, the English term, with
I didn't use.
aura.
Bro,
Aura
I didn't
means
use
a
English term.
woman is naked. Also, a man has a aura. For example, a man needs to put trousers on in a way that his aura is not exposed. So a woman, by definition, is weak. She is naked. She's defective. That's the meaning of aura. So next time, my friend, either don't speak out of ignorance, or if you know the true meaning, don't lie to the audience, because you're going to be.
How does that change? How does that change what I mean when it's
You
about
said everybody heard you. You said it means chastity. So why did you lie?
I didn't say it means chastity. I said it.
You
helps
said
us-
it.
One-
You
one
said it.
second.
Don't lie.
That is what you said. You said
Have we not-
chastity.
have we not derailed from the conversation?
So Mufasa, next time don't lie. Okay, don't lie. Have
So
some
let's-
shame.
So are you here
Let's
to
just
straw man?
rewind. Let's guys. That's okay. That's okay. Let's rewind again. So let's just rewind. So
Cool.
you
No, no, no.
said this is important for a woman's aura, and aura refers to the
Yes.
body parts that must be covered and are considered intimate or private. Now we know that
Yes,
the
yes.
women at the time of Muhammad, when they did the Kaaba, the Hajj, they were naked. So at that time, they were naked. You know,
They
and we know
expose
that
their
they were-
aura, brother James. Exactly. They expose their aura.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then Muhammad, well, it was Abu Bakr, I think it was, that said these people should be covered up when they're doing all the stuff. And then they started covering up, and then, this was slightly different. Now, here's the question. I asked you for one of the reasons why this is good for women. I said, give me 3 of the best reasons why this would be beneficial to women. When a woman covers, is it beneficial to her or the man?
It's beneficial to her
Why?
so that they can stand out and know that men know that these are people not to be harassed, right?
But hang on a second.
So,
We just
yeah.
spoke about, you said that these women are taught because they're covered like ninjas and like little tents. You said this will make them lower their gaze, correct?
No. No, that's not what I
You
said.
said they must lower their gaze, correct?
No. It's like you know.
Mufasa, answer the question, Mufasa.
I said no. So what I said is, you asked me for 3 reasons why it is beneficial for women to be in Islam. I said 1 is for her aura. 2, it helps her lower her gaze.
So
That
it's
is the second reason.
beneficial to be naked
Let me-
as
let me
women. So the
finish, let me
definition of a
finish.
woman is naked.
One
That's a
second,
benefit.
1 second.
1 second. So you call it a beneficial. How is it How does it benefit a woman to be called aura, to literally be called naked? You are naked as a woman. And that's the reason, hold on. Being a woman, listen carefully, hold on. You are not honest. This is why I'm interrupting you.
Bro, come on.
Being naked, being a woman means you're naked, you're defective. You have a weakness. How is that a benefit? Because the brother, the host, asked you a very clear question. I think we are talking to a human being with brains, right? How is it beneficial? How does it benefit a woman in Islam to be nothing but defective, naked, being totally naked? That's why they have to cover up, because out of their defectiveness.
What is the reason for the woman to cover her aura?
Because she's naked, she has a defective. She must
What
be
is the reason?
protected,
So when-
supposedly,
when
right?
the Quran- when
Because
Allah says-
you Muslim men, you are very lustful.
hijab-
You
is the
cannot
hijab
hold
part of the woman's
yourself.
aura?
You cannot hold your horses when you see a woman. So she must walk like a tent, like a
Can we look at
ninja,
the-
a black
look at the-
ninja. That's
Hey,
why, right?
let's Mufasa. Let's just rewind again. Let's just calm down a bit for a second. I just want to understand the 3 best reasons you gave. The three best reasons you gave for a woman in Islam is she must be covered, lower her gaze,
No, I
and the
didn't
third
say.
one was that she will be promised
I said the
paradise,
benefits.
correct?
I said these are the benefits.
You muffling. You can't hear you. Say again.
So you asked for the benefits. I said these are the benefits.
Okay,
It helps
that's why
her
I'm just
aura.
repeating it. I'm just repeating them. I just want to make sure everyone
you-
heard it.
you-
Can you tell me in Islam what are the benefits of a man?
Of the benefit of a man. I think it's the same.
You think
Almost.
it's the same?
It's the
Men
it
need
helps
to
him.
cover
It helps him
their
also
aura.
cover his aura.
Mm-hmm.
It
Lower
also
his gaze.
lower his gaze and also enter Jannah.
Okay, so now we
We
know
have
that Muhammad
verses in
never
the
lowered
Quran.
his gaze, right?
I mean-
We know Muhammad never lowered his gaze, and Muhammad was someone that was supposed to be the best
He
example.
did lower his gaze.
No, he never. According to Sunan Abi Dawud
He
2151,
always did.
Muhammad got
We-
excited
we
looking at a
literally
woman.
have a hadith where it
I
says-
Listen,
wasn't
listen,
done.
listen.
I
The
wasn't
brother's
done,
quoting a
Mustafa.
hadith. Hold
I
on,
wasn't done.
James. Let James talk. He's quoting an authentic hadith. Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, Mufasa, about the hadith that tells us Muhammad never lowered his gaze because Muhammad, you know, he was given all these privileges of all these men in the world. So again, I'm saying to you, Sunan Abi Dawud 2151, Muhammad sees a woman. So what does he do? He jumps upon Zainab and he has dingy with her. And he comes out and he says, a woman advances
jumps upon her.
before
What
the
did you-
devil.
Can you define?
Say again?
You said he jumps upon her. Can you?
Yeah,
make
he
that-
went to his wife.
Penetrated
So after
her like he
seeing
did
the
Aisha.
woman, he became aroused. He went to Zainab. He did her, and he come back and he said, "You know what? I just did it with my wife 2 hours ago. Whenever you see a woman, she's like a devil. She's like a." So yeah, he did not lower his gaze. He looked at the woman. He became aroused and he went to F his wife. Exactly.
That is
So
part
when
of
he
lowering.
lowered
That is
his
part
gaze.
of lowering. Let me
You
finish.
see what
That
your
is part
prophet
of-
did?
let me
So did
finish.
your
Let-
prophet lower his gaze? No. Now,
That-
brother James,
Oh my
what
God,
does
bro,
what
bro,
did Jesus say about men who just
Bro.
look at a woman?
Is this?
You
Is
have
this?
committed
Are, you,
adultery, right?
are we here to have a discussion or?
And he's but look the difference between your prophet and our
Anyways,
Jesus. Jesus
I'm
said,
gonna-
if you look at a married woman, if you just look at a woman, you have committed zina in your heart. But your prophet, what does what? He looks at a woman, he goes back to his wife, he bangs his wife, he comes back and he brags about it.
Didn't Jesus
So-
look at women?
So,
The Bible.
it's okay, Mufasa. Don't
What
talk
an
about
idiot.
Jesus. It's beyond you. I want to know. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? In now we've realized that on earth a man gets these different advantages and stuff. In paradise, what do women get in the Muslim paradise?
1 second.
Sure.
I think he's asking his wife.
Yeah. I think his wife is asking him to do the dishes in the kitchen.
This religion, man.
Bro,
So-
I mean, this is an important hadith, Brother James. Muhammad, instead of lowering his gaze, he looks at a woman, he becomes aroused, he goes back to house, he does his wife, he comes back, and he brags about it in front of the homeboys, the Sahaba. You know what I just did? I just F my wife. What
But
kind
that's-
of
that's-
man,
but Rob, there's
what
even one
kind
more.
of man
There's,
of God brags
Rob.
about doing it with his wife in front of the homeboys?
there's one more that's even more.
Are you guys here
defensive as
to
well.
mock?
Oh,
Are you guys
Mufasa,
here
Not
to
mocking,
blaspheme?
we're quoting the hadith.
Hang on, guys. Hang on a second. Mufasa, just 1 second before you answer the question I asked you. Because Sahih Muslim 1403a says that if you can't go to
You
your
keep
wife,
going
then
off
go
on the
to your
tangents,
sex
bro.
slave.
You're not engaging in
Yeah,
the
I wasn't
discussion.
done, Mufasa. I was still talking and you spoke. I'm just you took away the punchline. Sahih Muslim 1403a says that if you're attracted to a woman that you look at, go to your wife or your slave. So you see, your God is like, man, I got you, Mo. You don't want to go to your wife because you know you sleep with them every single night. You can go to your slave. Now, my question again is, in Islam, what do women get? What do women get?
It's sleeping with your
Paradise.
slave. It's sleeping with your slave. A sin or immoral according to
We're
the
not talking
Bible?
about that just yet. According to you, it's a pat on the back. To you, it's fantastic because your God thinks it's fine. So now again, what do women get in
You guys are
paradise?
for you. Like you guys are for you. Are you
Come
gonna
on,
answer this?
Mufasa, don't think like Bilal
No,
now.
I
You've
don't.
been freed.
Just give
I'm
me
asking you
one.
again.
Just give me
What
this
do
one
women
question.
get?
Just give me this one
What
question.
do women get in paradise?
Oh, they have the same. They have the river of honey. They have the wine that doesn't intoxicate the brain. They have the golden chairs, or chairs with brocade. All
So they got basically a
So
housework.
basically, so basically, they get anything that I can go to Walmart and buy right now. Thank you.
Oh, whatever is in Walmart is not in paradise, bro. Whatever paradise has things that you cannot imagine, bro. You cannot see them.
Yeah,
So,
like a woman that is see-through, that you can see the marrow of her bones, that you get
are
72
you guys gonna
virgins, they
have a
become
straw man
virgin again in the
conversation,
morning.
or are
So
you
again,
gonna have
do
a
women get the same
intelligent
as men in
conversation?
paradise?
They get equitable.
So a woman can get 72 virgins if she wants.
I said equitable distribution. I didn't say equal
I'm asking you,
distribution.
do women get the same as men in paradise?
I replied by saying they have the equitable.
And
It's
I'm
equitable,
asking you as
right?
an example, if a man can have 72 virgins, do women get 72 virgins as well?
Waste of time.
No.
Can women penetrate as many men as they want?
Women don't penetrate.
Well, you don't know what they've got up there, do you?
They are women, so they have the same.
Well, I don't
They're
know.
women,
Well,
bro.
I don't know. You guys got 80,000 little boys that don't bleed that will serve you. So you see you giggling, but you guys have little boys that are the pearls of the earth.
You're clowning
So
yourself.
can you tell me? Hang on a second.
You guys are literally.
You guys have a
You guys will be
religion, dude.
brides
You
of
have a
Jesus in
religion
heaven,
that
bro. What are you
teaches
talking
you,
about?
brother Mufasa. You have a religion that teaches you that your God will give you 80,000 little boys that don't bleed. 80,000 boys that don't bleed. I'm asking you. Your religion is promising men, all these women, and all this excitement in paradise. Do women get the same?
No, James, they get golden chairs.
They don't get the same, but they get equitable share.
What is an equitable share?
Meaning what befits them. What befits them as
So what
women.
befits them? How many men befits a woman?
What befits a woman what befits a woman is that she has one husband or a spouse at one time.
Where do you find that?
Right?
So a man, so it's different for a woman and a man in paradise, because what befits a man is to have 72 virgins, but what befits a woman is one man, correct?
Yeah, as we've seen with the tradition of the prophets and how God revealed to them, he never allowed for.
How many prophets do we know that have had 72 virgins?
We know a prophet that had 300 wives and 700 concubines.
We're talking about paradise.
And God never said that was a sin.
Mufasa, did your mom drop you on your head?
We're talking about paradise right now.
Focus, Abdul.
Yes, in paradise is the same.
Beautiful. So in paradise, a man is still favored above a woman in paradise, correct?
If you can say that, well, yes, that's okay.
Just like on earth. So on earth, a man is preferred, according to Surah 434, Allah prefers one of them in bounty over another. According to your religion, a woman is equal to a dog and a donkey.
Men are...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Can I finish?
I know what you're going to say, because men are ruling over women. So you are saying because a man rules over a woman, Allah prefers the man over the woman?
No. You guys have to stop. Okay, so the 72 virgins, by the way, is for those who unalive in the part of Allah.
I know, that's
or
the
those
typical Muslim. Yeah, that's the jihad.
Let me finish, bro. Give me a chance, bro, please. It's not for every Muslim that is going to be in Jannah. This is for a specific group of people, those who strive in the path of Allah.
I'm not saying every single one of them. I'm just trying to establish why is this cult of yours favoring men over women? This is what I want to know.
Well, by that logic, he's favoring some men over some men as well, because not all men will have that, or not all Muslim men will have that. So the Muslims,
Brother James is very generous. Actually, according to your scholars, they said that the lowest of the Muslims will enter Jannah, right? They will get not only 72 Hur al-Ain, they will get thousands, because every woman has her basically assistant Hur al-Ain, and every Hur al-Ain has her own assistant. So actually, what is a man going to do with all of these thousands and thousands of Hur al-Ain? What's the point in having so many women? how is God, how is Allah God if in front of him there's a huge Diddy party? And Diddy party, I mean, that's, I'm again generous again. So what?
Do you think?
Well, how
do you
is this
think
God watching all of this schmexual parties going on?
is God not seeing the sexual activities already going on earth?
Isn't there a
In
difference,
Jannah,
Mufasa?
in the final,
Is he not seeing it already
final
going on
state?
earth?
Mufasa, is paradise a
What
sacred
is
place?
this? What are we doing, bro? What are we
Mufasa,
doing, bro?
is
Yeah, what are we
paradise a
doing,
sacred
What are we
place?
doing, bro?
Yeah.
Is paradise
So
sacred?
paradise is a place.
So it's a
Paradise is
sacred
a
place,
place of
correct?
dwelling.
So you
Let me
think
let me
that
let me
your
let me
God,
speak.
hang on, Mufasa,
Let,
let's just
let, let
focus
me
again.
speak.
Just rewind. According to you, paradise to you is supposed to be
Yo,
a place of, a holy place, correct?
well, if you say holy in the sense that okay, everything that is going on is by permission of God, yes, that's in that sense,
Okay.
yes, it is.
So by the, you sit quietly in the corner. So you sit you sit in the corner. That's right. Pretend you're the black stone right there, right now.
You guys get any spouses?
Sit quietly.
That's your mouth, boy.
Toilet paper in hand.
Actually, the Christians become the bride of Christ in heaven.
Toilet paper in hand. Just sit quietly, bro. We'll wipe our asses with you in a minute. Just sit quietly. Don't forget. Allah said, take the pebbles and wipe your backsides with it. So just sit quietly. My whole point again is that your God, like Diddy, is sitting there clapping his two right hands, watching all these women get penetrated, waiting for them to be made into virgins again the next day, to be penetrated again. And this is what they're going to do for all eternity. This is what your God is saying. So I'm asking you, you are saying to women, come to Islam, come. The only thing that you'll be worried about is protecting your VJJ. You'll be covering your face and lowering your gaze, all of which leads to dingy. The same thing that you are saying that will protect them and bring them to Islam and is good for Islam is the same thing that they'll be doing in paradise, just by every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to get himself some. Now, again, you say that this is the reason why. This is the reason why you guys would say, come to Islam. So again, I'm asking you, your best example to come to Islam is that because a woman would be covering her vajayjay.
That is a very incorrect representation of what I said. So what I said
So
is
then tell every woman in the chat today the best reason again to come to Islam.
Well, you have me as a guest. The least you can do is be very generous and give me the ability to speak.
I'm not a Muslim, bro. I'm not a Muslim that's going to allow you to come up here and lie. I'm asking you to tell every Christian that's standing over here, every Christian that's listening over here, that wants to use toilet paper in hand as the toilet paper they go to. I'm asking you, give them the best reason to become
James, I want to ask you.
Mufasa, give them the
James,
best
I want to ask
reason
you.
to
So
become a Muslim.
I just did. Those are the reasons I gave.
That's pathetic, because the same religion you're asking them to come to tells them that they are half-brain, deficient in intelligence, equal to a dog and a donkey, that if they don't open their legs to their husbands, they will be cursed until morning. The same religion you're asking is saying that a mat in the house is better than a woman that doesn't give birth.
It's the same for men. Men also have punishment for, so it's the same for men. A man who does not do responsibilities of his that has been assigned to him by Allah also has the same things. He's going to Jahannam for these things.
Show me anywhere in your religion that a man will disrupt the prayer. Show me anywhere where it says the things that annul prayer is a man, a dog,
yes,
and a
man
donkey.
can disrupt a prayer. Let me give you the hadith.
Sure, beautiful. Where do I go to see that a man will disrupt the prayer equal to a dog and a donkey?
1 second, let me bring up the hadith.
What a joke.
Okay, 1 second.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would want to convert to this, especially if they're a woman. That's why many women have left this religion.
Let them try to find the hadith, guys. But in the meantime, since we're talking also about Jannah, I have a very important question regarding Jannah. Is a Muslim man, when he goes to Jannah, is he allowed to sleep with his aunt in Jannah? That's a very important question. Because in Islam, supposedly, it's a sin to sleep with your aunt, according to our Muslim friends. But when you go to Jannah, will Allah allow you to sleep with your aunt? For example, the mother of your sister, or maybe your grandmother? Maybe Mufasa can answer that question. Mufasa, I promise you won't find that hadith. You're just lying, like always. But can you answer my question? When you go to Jannah, are you allowed to sleep with your grandmother or maybe your aunt, the sister of your own mother? Yes or no?
I don't have any evidence for that, so.
Well, I do. Give me the screen,
That is
so
the case.
maybe you can have a backlash after today. You know, I will hit you with a truck now. Look, here is your scholars. Look, your scholars who explain what
Give the hadith.
hold on, what you can get in Jannah. Hashiyat al-Bijarmi ala al-Khatib, volume 3, Sunni scholar, of course. Madhab, fiqh, okay, Sharia. Look, page 356, Kitab al-Nikah. They literally have a chapter, a book called Effing. Okay, page 356. Look what it says. Here is Imam al-Qurtubi. Imam al-Qurtubi stated, listen, read with me. It is halal to have shmeks with al-mahar, meaning your family members that are not allowed for you in Jannah, except, pay attention, except with a mother or daughter. So you're not allowed to sleep with your mother or daughter, but all of the rest of the family members, your auntie, your grandmother, the daughter of your own brother, is good to go. This is a Jannah. Okay. This is the Islamic paradise, guys. You see what kind of woman you can sleep with?
What hadith or Quran?
This is
Imam
crazy.
al-Qurtubi explains Sharia, Habibi.
What hadith or Quranic verse supports?
Imam al-Qurtubi is hadith, guys.
His hadith?
Wow.
Al-Qurtubi is hadith?
You're calling it hadith. No?
You cannot make these things up, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You must be really crazy, bro.
Before I showed you the book, what did I say? Abdul, Abfu, I will call you Abdul. What did I say? Didn't I say this is Sharia, this is fiqh? Yeah, you know what fiqh means, right?
What is the hadith to support this?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, give me the hadith.
All right, beautiful. Give me the hadith.
I'm asking for the hadith.
Okay.
I'm asking
Are you allowed in Islam? Listen carefully, Abfu. Are you allowed in Islam? Are you allowed to sleep with your mother?
Bro,
and you still hold on? Let me finish. Let me ask a question. In Islam, listen carefully. Listen to my question.
Where is the hadith?
Abfu. I will ask you a question first. Hold on.
Bring the
Guys,
hadith.
he's throwing Imam al-Qurtubi under the bus. No problem. When you are sleeping with your mother and you unalive your father, are you still a Muslim? When you decide as a Muslim man to sleep, to bang your mother and F your mother and murder your father, are you still a Muslim believer? Yes or no? Answer the question, please.
He doesn't know he's muted. What a crazy religion, man.
Bring the hadith, bro. Bring the hadith.
Answer the question, then I'll give you the hadith.
My answer is not based on.
Are you in Islam?
No.
Are you a Muslim if you have schmecks with your mother and murder your father? Yes or no?
Bring the hadith, bro.
Look how slow this guy is. So please say in front of an audience, I don't know. Say it, I don't know. I'm an Abfu. On top of that, say that Imam al-Qurtubi doesn't know Islam. We should listen to you. Where do you think Imam al-Qurtubi gets his information from?
You know, it gets to the point where at some point, you know, we've got to just stop. We just need to stop because it becomes not more than just painful.
Now let me back up, guys, what I said before we move there. Let me first back up what I said. Look at Imam Abu Hanifa, the founding father of the Hanafi madhab. Imam Abu Hanifa, when he is asked, watch, and I'll provide a translation. Imam Abu Hanifa said in the following book, read with me, Sharh Usul I'tiqad Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. This is literally the foundation of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. The Sunni Muslims, their foundation, Sharh, the explanation of Sunni Islam. Page 998, and Brother Amin, you can confirm. It says on the screen, okay? They went to Imam Abu Hanifa and asked him a question, and they said, What do you say? ما تقول في من? What do you say about someone who F's his own mother and unalives his own father and drinks alcohol? Imam Abu Hanifa said he's a believer.
Rob, you got a violation there, bro. Rob, you got a violation. That's why I had to drop you. Got a violation. That's the reason that I had to drop you, bro. I'm not sure if you only come up with your same account or a different account, but I just want you Muslims, I mean you Christians, especially you Christians that are looking into this religion, right? Notice that the whataboutism, the deflection, the running from everything and anything. All I'm saying is we have been the ones that has been consistent in what we have been showing you guys, saying that this is what Islam is providing to us. This is what we have from them. This is how the God looks at these people. The God of Islam is saying clearly that they are equal to dogs and donkeys. Now I saw that toilet paper in hand, the one that got diarrhea, that uses his toilet paper, his Blackstone to wipe his backside with. He was like, yes, but he said, ahi, because he thinks now, because he speaks to a couple of Muslims, he speaks Arabic. He's like, ahi, ask them about Matthew, ask them about the Bible. Ahi, show them Jesus called someone a dog in the Bible. Now again, this again shows you how not to read the Bible. How not to read the Bible. Because what he tried to do there was, let's take away the attention. Let's take away the attention from what the Quran is saying, what Allah is teaching, where he's clearly telling people that Islam and women are, the women are equal to dogs and donkeys, deficient in intelligence, yada, yada, yada. And then he's going, but hang on a second, let's focus on what Jesus says in the Bible. Now, according to him, if Jesus is just a prophet, and Jesus said something, then guess what? All prophets are sinless. We're fine. It's okay. We move away from that. But the God of Islam, and the best example to Islam, is now saying, guess what? Your God is saying that a woman is equal to a dog and a donkey. Now, there is an explanation to this, because when we go back to the Bible verse that we're talking about, and we look at the Greek word for the word that has been expected and expressed, we can say that when we read the verse, it's talking about a dog as a pet, a little dog that's already in the house, not outside like the dogs of Islam, like Muhammad, walking around outside, trying to rub his leg, rub any thigh he walks past, trying to dry hump any woman that walked past, because that's how Muhammad behaved. He was just walking around trying to dry hump even a blooming stick or a tree or the blooming tent pole, because that's how Muhammad worked. That's the dog we're talking about in that religion. But what they're trying to do is saying that Jesus tried to compare a woman to a dog. But what does Jesus do when he says this? So Jesus wasn't insulting her. He was reassuring her that he came for the children of Israel first, and then he came for the people, or the other people afterwards. And this is showing you clearly, but yet Jesus doesn't walk away from them. Jesus doesn't walk away from her. Standing where he is, he heals her daughter, showing again that Jesus is omnipresent. And from where he is standing, he is able to cure. He's able to cure this girl for the mother. He's able to cure. Now, even though Islam doesn't have pets, because Muhammad probably tried to do doggy with the dog, because that's the type of man he was, dry hump anything that walked, Muslims are now saying that there was only one type of dog at that time, and yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, Muslims are saying prophets are sinless. So this again, guys, will show you clearly why Islam is such a demonic, evil, sick religion, because you have this guy that walks around like a dog on heat, trying to hump everything, and then calling women dogs. I need to take a time out.
Salam al-Masih. Would you guys allow me like 10 seconds with Mufasa, please? I just want to show him that there's substantiation from the literature that Mufasa. I know you kept saying, "Where's the hadith? Where's the hadith?" I'll give you something better. The best hadith. Sorry.
If he's here, I don't even think he's here anymore.
Yeah, the Quran literally says he will give the believers whatever their heart desire, and if that's the case, the writer of the Quran didn't think this through. That means if you desire your muhramat, your auntie, your whatever muhramat, then your heart desired them, but you were, constraining yourself in a life not to have them. In the afterlife, in the Jannah, Allah will give them to you, because the writer of the Quran didn't think this through. The clause of saying except sinful desires. No. He said whatever your heart desire. When you're saying whatever your heart desire, then the table is open.
There's no limits.
No limits, like literally no limits. So you're gonna have to excuse me, you're gonna have to contend with that, because the writer of the Quran again didn't think through the promises it makes. Yeah, that's all what I like, because he kept saying, "Oh, there's no substantiation to that." Do you think Al-Qurtubi just said that because of no reason? Al-Qurtubi, I'm sure, had people coming up to him and telling him, "Can we have the muhramat in the afterlife?" And the Qurtubi was in a pickle here. It's like, you know what? Sure, but except your mother, and he's making it up. We know he's making it up, but why? Why not your mother and your sister or your daughter? Sorry, why? It could be all of them, because again, the Quran says whatever your heart desire. If we have a sicko that is actually willing to desire those individuals, what stops him in Jannah? Show me the verse that says this is wrong in Jannah.
Exactly. I just want to just rewind when it comes back to that verse about talking about the dog and stuff. In Matthew 7:6, 2 Peter 2:2, and Revelations 22:15, the
It's a
dog
different
is
word.
referred to as a reprobate, a sinner.
Mhm.
So again?
Exactly. No, I was gonna say that's actually what I was gonna when you were saying I was just in the middle of doing something, but in Revelation 22:15 is a different word, bro. Like it's not
Yeah.
even the same word that's being used. And actually in Matthew 7:6, he's talking about well, I'm at work right now, so I can't say it, but he's talking about a group of people that he obviously was debating with a lot. And that's not what he calls the lady at the well. So I mean,
Exactly.
I don't even understand what the argument is that they make from that. Like it's clearly a huge distinction.
Because it's talking about an unbeliever or someone that is worthy of judgment and destruction. But again, because Muslims are so desperate to try to point to the Bible because of the blindness and the hate that they have from the same God that says he's the author of this religion, the hate they have clouds their judgment. And if you look at the word that is used, I think it's Kirian, right?
Kirion.
And it basically means puppy,
Kyrios
little
is
dog.
Kyrion. Or well, the word in Revelation 22:15, I believe, is Kyrion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted people to know there's a big difference. And this is why we can go back to our Bible and see what it says and get the explanation for it. But when you are literally saying that every woman is equal to a dog and a donkey, every woman, and then you look at your mom and go, "Oh, mom, you're such a good donkey. You're such a good dog." That only a Muslim can say when he comes home. Nobody else can say that except a Muslim. But we get back to the topic because I think this topic is the last day today. It's an interesting one once again. Galo, are you a Muslim?
If you know, Galo means a non-Muslim in Somali, so I'm definitely not.
No, my sister, I'm not. I think I'm 3% Somali. Was it 5%? I did a DNA test.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't know, but it means literally like non-Muslim in Somali language.
Well, God bless you for being a non-Muslim.
Yeah, it's the best thing that ever happened in my life. Like, I'm not lying. It's like the best, literally the best thing that ever happened in my life, leaving that religion.
Can I ask you, did you leave it in Somalia?
No.
No, okay.
I'm guessing you know. If I did, by the way, I'm not even born in Somalia, but I was born nearly like countries near there, but my parents are from Somalia. I grew up in West. So, and my majority of my life, I grew up in West, and I guess thankfully I started questioning my religion and everything that I grew up with in here, because I had time and also like freedom to do that. If I was in Somalia, I think it would be differently by now.
Sure would be. And
Yeah.
the biggest reason for leaving, because I mean, the topic is Islam is a religion by man for man. Do you think this is a true statement, or do you think that Islam is for man and woman equally?
Definitely for men by men and by men for men. Definitely. It's because I don't know, but I think a lot of women in Somalia and generally even here in the West, they don't understand like Islam is definitely for men by men, and I know exactly a lot of ways and reasons why it is like that. And for example, like in Somalia, particularly when I grew up, I went through FGM. I don't know if you know why. It's exactly
Yeah, we know what that is.
Yeah, it's a common thing in Somalia.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. But a lot of people would be like, no, it's just more culturally. It's never about the religion and stuff. But the religion is also about like limiting the sexuality for women. In Islam, definitely. But it's a lot of things that why I left Islam, and it's also because of the Prophet Muhammad. He was willing to marry Aisha when she was 9, and then he came for her parents by when she was 6, and stuff like that just makes me more like questioning a lot, and also like things like when you marry as a Muslim woman, you can never divorce. It's always a man that gives you the reason to divorce. Like he's the one divorcing you. You are just begging him to do that. And if you don't have a family that supports you, it means that you can never leave this man.
Can I just, before you continue, I just wanted to share something with the people. So again, we're over 300 people listening. FGM, right? As she said, a lot of Muslims are saying that this is a cultural thing. Now, I'm from Africa, and they will say, oh, this is an African thing. It's a cultural thing. And then we go back and you look in the history of Islam. For example, Sahih hadiths are saying, when the circumcised meets the circumcised meets the circumcised, then the ghusl is required. This is narrated Aisha. Aisha said she and Muhammad used to do the ghusl because their circumcised parts touched, meaning Aisha was one of those also circumcised. Now, if you guys want, you can just do FGM and see the different ways of circumcision in Islam. But not only that, there's more where it says, Ibn Abbas said that, in fact, Muhammad said that when you cut a woman, don't cut her too severely, because it may be harmful to the woman and not as desirable to the man. So again, even in Islam, a religion by men for men, when you cut the woman, it mustn't, scar her too much because it might be too ugly for the man. Just do it enough so that the man is comfortable with that. Sorry, go on, but this is beautiful.
It takes a lot of courage to say what you said. God bless you. And
yeah, God bless for that.
No, I obviously went through a lot, but I also work hard a lot to overcome this. So that's why I'm willing to share right now. So it's not like I'm going through it right now, but I wanted to share, especially in Somali community, because it's always on hush hush. Like especially when women, when they leave the religion, and they also say like, if you leave the religion Islam, you're no longer Somali. Which is funny to me because you can see far away when you meet me as a person. I'm like the most Somali person that you can ever see, because I look like one, and also I can speak fluently in Somali as well. But yeah, it's unfortunate, the whole thing. And I think if they, I don't know, I don't think, even if I tried to bend every way I can in Islam, like because I grew up very young in Islamic household. My mom and my dad especially, he's very, very religious. I tried the best I can, like read the Quran and everything, but I was 14, 13, around that age. I tried to understand like, well, what it's all about. why is God always so punishable and angry all the time? It didn't sit right with me. And why, when something happens in Muslim communities, God always sleeps and doesn't do anything. It's always like, worship me there, worship me here, and nothing else happens. So for me, it was like, I have to take a step back to question anything. I couldn't tell my relatives and my family because questioning God was the biggest sin ever. So I did that in private. And the older I get, the older I become, and the more I understood, like, this is definitely not my religion. And growing up with that is just because your family did that. And now that I have a choice, because I don't live in Somalia and around the area, made me realize that I have a choice, basically. And today I can definitely question, and then I no longer have a desire to be Muslim. It's the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life.
And this is the beauty of having people like ex-Muslims, and especially people that have gone through certain things. So we're not being disrespectful with regards to what she's experienced, but what we're doing, guys, is showing you that we're not just saying this, we're not making this up. This is factual, this is actual, this is happening today. And we are turning our blind eye to it, and we're pretending it doesn't happen. And because we're saying it doesn't happen, it's infiltrating our towns and cities and countries. So we need to listen to people like this that have actually gone through this, because by listening and learning from them as for what they've gone through, we can avoid those mistakes later. And again, what Galo is saying clearly is what Aisha says, what Muhammad says, the Hadith say, and Allah says, because it goes all the way back to him. And you have an absent God, but a very present Muhammad. In everything that she's spoken about, Muhammad is present in all these circumcising things. Even Aisha said, when she went to her brother's house and they were going to, circumcise the children, you know what Aisha said? Because again, this is like the Stockholm syndrome. She said, shall we get someone to amuse them? So Aisha herself says, this is one of the hadiths, she says, let's get someone to amuse these children while we circumcise them. So it is true that it's happening today. We don't want it to happen in our towns, cities, and countries. So therefore, we need to do something about it. And what we're doing now is exposing it so people don't come back and say, oh, that's a Somali thing. Oh, that's a Ethiopian, Eritrean, that's a Libyan, that's a Muslim thing, that's a North African thing. Because it's not. It's a Muslim thing. And it takes courage. It takes a lot of courage for someone to come up and say that. And I'm glad, we don't have to show our faces and stuff. But the truth is, guys, that if you are going to say, come to Islam, why doesn't a Muslim man lead with that? Islam, a religion by man, for man. You can come to Islam, not a problem. You are equal to a dog and a donkey. You're deficient in intelligence, and we'll circumcise you on your way in so that you're scarred for the rest of your life, both mentally and physically. But again,
I just wanted to
I thank you so much for being strong.
Can I quickly say something?
Absolutely.
I am so happy that you guys, even if you have a different religion and stuff, even if I don't believe in Christianity and other religion right now, I'm just so happy that you are accepting at this point, because this would never ever happen in Muslim community. They would literally kick me off everywhere, just especially in Somali community, because they know my name is Galo, and they would just, in comments and stuff, they would just literally like block me and throw me off everywhere. But I'm just so happy that there's and when it comes to Christianity, even if I don't believe it, because I haven't experienced anything in Christianity, I haven't read anything, I haven't read the Bible, it's not like a religion I grew up with. I have seen the different, like even if it's Abrahamic, like a religion, massive difference. I'm so happy. Like,
I was going to say this. Someone in the chats is one of my beautiful brothers, and he just reminded us of something that even though we often expose the rubbish that comes from Islam, the nonsense from hadiths and Muhammad and all this, we are told that we've got to share some of the truth with you. And as you said, if you are able to see the difference between, let's just say, good and bad, or Islam and Christianity, then we just have to let you know that, you know, you were loved before you were created. We have a present God. We are having a relationship with this God that we can feel, experience every single day. And I want you to just read the difference between getting your wife, beating her, calling her, you know, half brain, calling her dog and a donkey, saying she's equal to the devil and she walks around in the form of a devil. I just want you to notice how a man in Christianity is supposed to look at his wife. This again in Ephesians tells us how a husband should be with his wife. I'm going to read the entire part. Ephesians 2.
Before you do that, can I just say
Sure.
quickly, when you said you were loved before you were born, that just says a lot. Like literally, that's they say a lot, because in Islam you have to show your worth all the time to God or whatever.
In
Just
Islam, you've
so
got to
you
love
could,
Allah
yeah, just
first
so you could be
before He
loved,
loves you.
or even nearly, because you know you never know. So everything can happen to you in life, and you will never know if you're loved. But if Jesus says you are loved before you're born, that's a lot. Like
Yeah,
that's
because
literally a
again,
lot.
there's a difference between having a relationship between a father and a
Yeah.
child and a slave owner. See, there's a big difference. So now Muslims, in the Bible, we are told you are slaves no more. This is what the Bible tells us. You're not a slave anymore. You are children of the living God. But Muslims are told you are an Abdul. You will always be a slave. But I want to just read this before I want everyone to you know, we've got to end with on a high, and the Bible is the highest point. Because this is the Bible teaching every man, every Christian that's listening, and every Muslim woman that's listening. This is how we are taught to love our wives. In fact, you'll never see love your wife in Islam. Nowhere would you see love your wife and she's, you know, treat her equally. It says, wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church and his body, and is himself its savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, also the wives should submit in everything to the husbands. But look what it says to the husbands. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or any such thing, that she might be holy, without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church, because we are members of his body. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound, and I am saying that it refers to Christ and the church. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. This is the difference, guys, between this, look at this verse, and then the verse in the Quran that says, if you fear disobedience, then beat her. Imagine that. So all I'm saying to you guys or to people is, when we read the Bible, notice what the Bible is teaching us. Notice what the Bible has just said about this. I want to read this as well for you as well. It's another verse, not just for you, Gallo. I'm not pointing at you, but these are verses that when we read, you'll notice the difference between us and them, love and hate, respect and no respect. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. And one more verse says, you sorry, you see at the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for our ungodly. Died for the ungodly. Very rarely will anyone die for a righteous person, though a good person, someone might possibly dare to die. But God demonstrates his love, his own love for us in this, while we are all still sinners. Christ died for us. Since we have now been justified by his blood, how much more shall we be saved from God's wrath through him? For if, while we were God's enemies, we were reconciled to him through the death of his Son, how much more have we been reconciled? Shall we be saved through his life? Not only is this so, but we also boast in God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have now received reconciliation. All we're saying is that, guys, when you have Christ by your side, you need nobody else, nothing else. Are you guys having trouble with the internet, with the viewing? What's going on? No, okay. So I'm hoping, Galo, I hope you had that. All we're saying is that, you know, and for all those people that are just listening in the backgrounds, all you Muslims, you are loved. You are loved. Not by your Allah, you know, he doesn't love anyone except himself. He loves those that come to him, that beg him. He loves people that do work for him. But we were loved before we were created. And this is the relationship. When a woman and a man are going to have a child, you love that child before you even see that child, before you hear the heartbeat, before you see any movement in the stomach. You love that child unconditionally. The child may come out with a bit of this and a bit of that, whether it's a sickness, a syndrome, something. You love that child because it's yours.
Amen, James. Sorry, James, I had to go for a couple of minutes. I was away for a couple of minutes, and I have no idea what later happened on. But I didn't finish what I wanted to show. Remember that Abdul asked me for evidence to show him that everything in paradise is halal, and I showed him. I mean, why do you think Al-Qurtubi gets his information from? Because we showed you according to Al-Qurtubi, you are allowed to sleep with your grandmother and your for example, the daughter of your brother, your own niece. In
give me 10 seconds, Rob. Just 10 seconds. Galo, give me a follow. And you know, you more than welcome to always come back, and we can always discuss. And if you have any questions, let's just say if at some point you do think that you'd like to learn about Christianity, or you know, you're curious about who Jesus is, God bless you for that. And if you do believe and you want to find truth or guidance, or you know, if I'm not the one to help you, we can always find someone that can. But I promise you that we will be as open, as transparent as the woman in paradise for Muslims are. You'll be able to see the marrow in the bones. I will promise you that we will do what we can to present everything for you, to you, for both research and for let me give you a follow as well. I'm not sure where you are now, but I just want to say thank you for coming up and sharing what you did, because again, it's extremely important, and your message to people, and your message as both an ex-Muslim and someone that has gone through this is the best example we can have of a Muslim that's been through it and is willing to share. So God bless you for that. Thank you so much.
She was an ex-Muslim, Brother James?
She's an ex-Muslim, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
she shared that what she went through as a Muslim.
Wow. Yeah, you see, Muslims who actually use their brains, they have no other option but to become ex-Muslims, because nobody can convince us, if you're a sincere person, that you can stay a Muslim in 2025. Because, you know, I mean, Islam is pure carnal cult, created for men, by men, for men. Look, here's the hadith. He asked me for proof, guys. Can you see the screen, everyone? Is the screen shown? People in the chat are saying that my screen was black. Can you see that sunnah.com? Is it possible? Is it viewable?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, look. He said, show me proof. Abdul, there is no limitation in Jannah. There is no limitation on earth for you Muslims. You can sleep with your own mother. He showed you that, according to Imam Abu Hanifa. You can unalive your father. You're still a believer. You think if there's no limitation here on earth, there's a limitation, here down, what you call Jannah, here downstairs, with Shaitan, aka Allah. Look, Ali narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, indeed, in paradise there is a market. A what? A special market in Jannah. But in this market there is no buying or selling except for images of men and women. So whenever a man desires an image, it. In other words, if you desire to sleep with your mom, you desire to sleep with your dad, you desire to even sleep with Momo, you can enter the image. In other words, you can do whatever you like. So where do you think people like Imam al-Qurtubi gets his information from? From the Prophet. Show me proof. Notice, guys, he didn't answer any of the questions of Brother James. He did not answer any of my questions, but he demands proof from us. That's how Muslims are, guys. That's what Muslims truly stand for. They demand proof from us, and we are providing proof, but they cannot answer one question. And he lied about Awra. I had to put him in his place. And Zutum, like the Prophet was zutted by the Qawm al-Zut. This is what they deserve, to be put in their place, these liars and deceivers. Continue, James.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've exhausted the subject. And I watched this video. I don't know if I've said the story. And this video was about how to explain the gospel 2025 style, which is quite funny because we got to make it, you got to reach the audiences and see if they understand. And there was this kingdom, and there was this kingdom, and the king noticed that someone was stealing the gold. So he said that once the thief was caught, the thief would be subject to 10 lashes as punishment. After a time, more gold was stolen. So the king said 40 lashes for the person that was stealing the gold. But 40 lashes was a death sentence. Eventually, they found out that it was the king's daughter herself that was stealing the gold. She was brought to the court. Now, the question now was, how could the most loving king that ever existed unalive his own daughter? Some thought that he would pardon her, but how will he be just? Some thought that he would punish her, but then how would he be loving? How would he be loving? Eventually, the king said that the law is clear, sin has taken place, and justice must fall, and the sentence must pass. So the daughter was brought to the executioner's table, tied firmly, her shirt ripped apart from her back, exposing her back. And as the executioner, he stepped forward to start giving the lashes, the king yelled out, "Stop." Slowly, the king approached his daughter, laid himself upon her, exposing his back. And then he said to the executioner, "Hit her." But the executioner, he objected. He said, "King, I can't hit her without hitting you." But the king repeated, "Hit her." And 40 lashes later, the king took the sentence for his daughter. And the king died, and the daughter went free. Now that was done for you. Because God is just, punishment for sin had to be paid. But because God is love, he chose to make or take that payment himself. Guys, just remember the offer the sacrifice that was made for each and every single one of you. In Christianity, Jesus sacrificed himself for us. In Islam, you have to sacrifice yourself for Allah. You see, the God of Islam is not a personal God. He's not a private God. He's not someone that you find, you seek, you can hang with. Even in paradise, you'll never get to see your God. In paradise, the Muslim God is still above the heavens, sitting with his two right hands, one foot in hellfire, eating popcorn, watching the woman get drilled by all these men over and over and over every single day.
A small correction, James. Yes, they will be able to see Allah in Jannah, but the first time they will not recognize him.
Oh, yeah, the shit.
Yeah, he will come in a shape, because Allah is a shape-shifting demon, because, you know, shaitan is shape-shifting. So the first time they will say, you are Satan. Literally, they will say, we seek refuge from you in Allah. So they think it's shaitan in Jannah, imagine. But then he will change his form, and of course, which form will they recognize? Him being a young beardless boy. He will come as a young beardless boy with one leg that has 2 feet etched to it. One leg, one shin, 2 feet. And that's the shape Allah will come in that they will recognize. Why? Because Muhammad described him to be a young beardless boy with curly hair.
So Helonite says something, Helionte said, he's not a personal God or a private God, but a God that loves your private parts. I think that's brilliant. So guys, I think that we've exhausted this. I think if there's any other Muslims or women or people in Christianity that want to go to Islam after this, and you think that this sounds like a great religion, where this religion made by man for man calls you equal to a dog, a donkey, tells you walk in the form of a devil, that you half-brain, deficient in intelligence, deficient in religion, that a mat in the house is better than a woman that doesn't give birth, that you need to open your legs for your husband or he will curse, Allah will get the angels to curse you until morning. Does this sound like a loving, peaceful, beautiful religion for women to walk into? Or does it sound like a boys' club where the men are getting everything they want from 4 wives, right-hand possessed, beat your wife and sleep with children? Circumcise them if you want. Do whatever you want to them. This is the type of God that they want us to come to. This is the type of God they want us to believe is the true and right God. My question to anyone, why would you now choose this religion or Allah or Muhammad over this other alternative called Jesus Christ? As I said, tomorrow, I'm going to just make it a very easy topic. It might be a one-day topic. It's just going to be Muhammad 53, Aisha 6, make it make sense. That's it. That's what that's as simple as I can make it, because I don't know how else to I just want to do a one day on that, and then I want to go back to, for example, talking about well, we can go back to the old topics.
All right, Brother James, God bless you. Thank you for the stream. God bless everybody as well. Thank you for having us.
God bless, my man. God bless you. Take care of yourself. So I'm just curious, guys. I'm just curious. And again, if you guys have any other topics you think we should go to, then this would be brilliant. That would be great to go to another topic. If you have any topics that you think is worth discussing, that would be great. But I think that it'll be, another shouting match where we're going to have a Muslim just come up and make it make sense. I want to know, me and Amin asked yesterday, what is the wisdom in sleeping with the child? How does it get me closer to Allah? How does it get me closer to Islam? Or how does it make me a better Muslim, knowing that Muhammad penetrated a child? I mean, you there? I'm not sure if I think we run out of guests and run out of options here. Unless you guys want me to bring up some more people. I think we, exhausted this topic. We need to at some point go back to what is the Injil? We need to go back to prove the Injil. We need to ask who wrote the Quran. We need to go back to, the things Muslims are claiming. One Quran. Well, let's face it. So today a guy came up, said to me, let's go to a site called Open Quran. Open Quran. I said, let's read 434. We get to 434. 434 is not 434 in the Open Quran. 434 is 435 in the Open Quran. And then he says, because his Quran jumps, skips, and hops over, I think, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim or something. So the numbering is different. But then that changes the Quran again. Do Islam's chain, the chain is broken? I love that topic. I think Word and Life do a fantastic job on that. I'll have to watch how they go about that one. I think me and Amin did do that one. The chain, because again, if the chain is broken, then it goes back to the percentage of the Quran being viable or true. So yeah. So again, if you guys got topics you think that these Muslims need to, be addressed or talked about, it takes me 5 minutes to do research, because we've established doing research and trying to have a conversation with a Muslim doesn't help, because it doesn't matter whether it's me or Paul Bishop. If we read what Allah says, the Muslim says, yeah, we know he says that, but that's not what he means. Ask Muslims what qualifies as evidence or proof. That's a good question there. "381 needs another go." That's another good verse. For those that don't know, in Surah 381 in the Quran, it's talking about a prophet that will be helped by other prophets. Muslims say that 381 is talking about Muhammad, but it can't be, because there were no other prophets at the time of Muhammad to help him. So I've got a load of topics. I've got loads and loads and loads of different ones. I just want to make them more entertaining and interesting for people coming in. So, we should have like a list of topics that you guys think I should go through, and we can. I had a list at some point, but we can talk about the Bible not being corrupted. We can talk about the bearer of burdens. We can talk about the cave of Hira. I even want to talk about the cave, talking about the cave where Muhammad's supposed, because again, remember guys, according to Islam, Jibreel is an angel that is actually the spirit that came to Muhammad as a man, but he had 600 wings and they went from the east to the west. I'm confused already, and I'm the one saying it. This is the thing. We could have a thing about questions that destroy the teachings of Islam. For example, Surah 5:101 says, "O you who believe, ask not questions about the things if which made plain to you may cause you trouble." 102 says, "Some people before you did ask questions and on that account lost their faith." Hang on a second, are you saying that if people ask questions, they lose their faith in Islam? Because we go to Sahih Bukhari and he says the Prophet was asked about things which he did not like. But when the questioner insisted, Muhammad got angry. Yet the Bible says, ask, seek, knock. Matthew 7. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you shall find it. Knock and the door shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. Muhammad's like, yeah, what is wrong with you, man? Don't ask me any questions. So my question would be, why did Allah and Muhammad discourage people from asking questions? What is Islam trying to hide? Sorry, bro.
No, I was saying sorry. I was busy for a little bit. I just got back. What happened with the one girl? What's her name? Dula, or the girl from Somalia?
Somalia. She was brilliant, man. She's not a Christian, but she gave us a follow, and I think she's willing to learn and come back. And I gave her some Bible verses, some gospel, just a reminder that she was. And I said to her, that she was loved before she was created, and I think that sat with her, that resonated with her.
That's why I asked you to read those verses, because I heard her say that before I had to leave, and I figured I would resonate with her. But the reason why I was hoping that she would have been able to at least listen to what we were saying is because of what you remember how we started the live. and you were giving information about cults and stuff like that. And one of the side effects, I think it was the last point you made, and this is something that I studied as well. One of the side effects is that once you come out of it, you have an extreme distrust for any other institution that apparently seemingly, seems similar. And it's not because the people in the institution or anything like that can't be trusted. It's because of the previous trauma that you have. So this is why a lot of them, like when they come out of it, they stay away from anything because it just reminds them of what they came from. But eh, we have to be calm, patient and understanding and slowly show them like, hey, it's not the same. Like, I'm sorry that that happened to you, but it's not the same. And I just wanted to show her like, hey, like what you came from tries to take from us. So it will make more sense to go to the source to see what's really taught. And pray for her, man.
Yeah, guys, Amin reminded me yesterday, or maybe yesterday, day before, we need to start praying for people. We need to start praying for people because, again, we're planting seeds, we're listening, they're going to other chats, they're listening to other people as well. We need to be praying for people. So, I tried to start this with a prayer and I ended with a prayer. Whether I do sometimes forget to do it on the live, but after the live, I do say a prayer. Maybe I should do it more, before I end the live and just say, reminding people that, the strength with the strength we have through prayer is great. I mean, there's power in prayer. We must never forget that the power that we have through prayer, and keep these people in your prayers. Even those people that come up and attack and stuff. The reason they're attacking is because we've just hit a nerve. The things that they don't accept or they didn't understand, or things that they took for granted before, has now been made clear to them. So, got to keep them in your prayers. Quick super sticker from Christ Rise. God bless you. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I wanted to say, and the reason why, because like I said, I've been really analyzing and thinking about this. It's like, I mean, because from our perspective, the scriptures are saying that the fight that we fight, the battle that we have, is not with flesh and blood, right? But against principalities and spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. Well, if that's the case, we're sitting here using physical means, whether that's arguments or something like that, or or any other kind of physical means to try to win this battle. But the scriptures are saying that it's not like physical; it's spiritual. So this is why I always say it's not an intellectual issue that we deal with; it's a spiritual issue. So this is why, I think it's James 5:16, where it says what does it say? Confess your sins one to another, so that you'll be healed. And it says the effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Well, if the battle that we're dealing with is not physical and is spiritual, and praying is spiritual, that's going to be more effective in anything that we do. So before I start the live, when I join you, I always ask God for wisdom. And I always say, okay, you told us to be wise as serpents, but as gentle as doves, because whenever Jesus himself is dealing with people and they try to debate him or something, he typically always asks them a question. And the question gets them to think. He doesn't come out and he's like, I'm gonna cook you, I'm gonna bake you. It's more so like, I'm gonna ask you this question based on what you're telling me, and I want you to think about it. What is more reasonable, the thing I'm asking or the thing that you're saying? And that always works much better. So he's wise when he's dealing with people, because most of the time people are not debating you because they want to find the truth. Unfortunately, they're debating you because they want to win. And it's not about winning, it's about understanding. So when we ask questions, it's not to debate you, it's to get you to think about what you're thinking about. So that can only be won over through prayer, man. You guys have got to be praying for people more than you debate them. And pray for us too. And because, we're the ones that have to sit here and go through that. And that's an honor as well. So
Absolutely. And we appreciate all of you guys coming in, especially I try to follow the chats as well, both on YouTube and on TikTok. So many of you guys, Phil being one of them on TikTok, on YouTube, among others, I'm not going to call everyone out, that give verses and remind people, where to go to find answers. And especially when you go back to the YouTube and you look at the videos and you see the verses being provided afterwards. Thank you so much, guys. Because again, we're working as a team, we're working as one, but we need to remember our objective. If you look at this picture that I have on the screen now, with this guy standing in Mecca with the Holy Bible outside the Kaaba, this is what I intend to do. This is what my message is that I want to bring that Holy Bible, I want to bring that message to the heart of Mecca. I want them to be reminded, because remember, in the Kaaba, it tells us that there were pictures of Jesus and Mary, and apparently Abraham as well. I found one yesterday that says Abraham as well. That there were pictures in there. I want them to be reminded who these people are so they can come back to them, because Muhammad has taken them so far away from the truth that now they got nothing to stand on any longer. So this Holy Bible should be going right back there, straight back there, so that they can see that we have not given up on them, that we are going to still be giving them Jesus, a dose of Jesus every single day. This is why, guys, before I go live, there's someone else before me. I'm on now, someone will come in afterwards, there'll be someone later on, because we want them to have this spoon fed to them. It's like they're being suckled like Aisha was doing to all the Sahaba. They need to have it given to them, straight to the lips. But we are just feeding these people, man.
And what's interesting is and so there was a sister, which we can call her a sister now, but she came to Christ. James knows who I'm talking about, but I was talking with her, and I won't say her name, even though she's publicly, said it, but I just for her. But she was telling me when she objectively just read, she was just like, okay, I went away for a while. When I just sat down and I just read the Bible, she was like, it just made sense. When I stopped, she specifically said, when I stopped being biased, when I came out of my biased state of mind and I just read it, there's no way that what I was raised with, there's no way that that was true. It just didn't make any sense. So the reason why when we come on these lives, we give Bible verses and stuff like that is because we know that you guys don't read it. We know that you've never read the Bible. We know that. So the only way that you're ever going to read it is if we tell you what it says. And most of the time, people that come up, like I said, they come up to debate us or whatever. They're not coming up to actually learn. They're just coming up to debate. But most of the people in the chat, they're listening. So if you've never read it, or if you're afraid to read it because of your upbringing, then when we're here and we're giving you the verses, now it gives you a chance to read it without reading it. This is also why I have the channel where I do audiobooks, because most people don't even have time to read, unfortunately, in the society that we live in. We're very busy. So I created an audiobook channel where you just listen. And I've been thinking about doing audiobooks on the Bible. So I'm going through Isaiah, which historically the church is called the fifth gospel. But yeah, man, everything that we do is for you guys. We're not here to argue and scream at people. We just want to make sure that you guys know it's true.
So if you guys go to Amin's page now on TikTok right now, in his bio, you will be able to find his YouTube channel in his bio. Go to his bio now. Take you 2 seconds. Go to the link. Click on that. Follow him. Subscribe to him on YouTube. My YouTube is the Agents 007, or our YouTube, because this is why it's called the Agents, because all the people that come up are contributing in some way, shape, or form to the same conversations we're having. One more super sticker that came up said, if you are biased, then you don't want the truth. You don't believe in God. I think with that, guys, I think I'm going to end on that note. I mean, you want to say anything at the end, bro?
I would just say everybody has something to lose. But Jesus said that those who, and I'm paraphrasing, but matter of fact, let me get the verse. Let me put into practice what I'm preaching. because like I said, most of the time people don't actually read it. Sorry. Sometimes I have to. I'm not like Albie, Bible mechanic. Follow Albie, by the way. Shout out Albie. But he has like everything just memorized. This
While you're
is
finding that, let me just give a quick shout out to Biblical Mechanics. That's LBL, One Way Apologetics, Chris Claus. Everyone knows God Logic. Don't forget that. Then you've got God Logic 2.0. Don't forget to follow Life Reacts. But the one that I'm loving so much recently is The Word and I. The Word and I. Please, guys, don't forget The Word and I. He's doing such an amazing job, man. I love that, bro. Like, you can't believe. Jai and DOC. Yeah, so you go on.
so this is John chapter 12, verse 20 through 26. So it says, now there were some Greeks among those who went up to worship at the festival. They came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee, with a request. Sir, they said, we would like to see Jesus. Philip went to tell Andrew. Andrew and Philip in turn told Jesus. Jesus replied, so this is not Jesus speaking, the hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Verily, truly, I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who, now this is the section that I wanted to share with you guys. Jesus says, anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant will also be. My Father will honor the one who serves me. The idea here is everybody has something to lose in this particular life because of status or money, family, or whatever. But we have to honor and we have to value what God says and who God is above any of that. And Jesus says, when you do that, you will gain life eternally. But if you love your life more, you'll lose it actually. He also says in Matthew chapter 10, I believe it is, or I have to find it, but he says, we should fear God rather than man, because God is the one that can destroy both body and soul, not man. He can't destroy your soul, only your body. So the idea here is no matter where you come from, no matter your background, your upbringing, we all have something to lose by following Christ, by following the truth. But you have to be willing to do that. And if you're not willing to do that for the sake of your soul, then you have to analyze if you really believe anything to be true to begin with. Because if it was true, you do whatever it is to protect that truth. That means being objective about it. So, we're just praying for you guys that you have the courage, because it takes courage to do that. We're praying that you guys have courage to do that and to follow the truth wherever it leads. So anyways, James, God bless. Are you going live tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow we will do the Muhammad 53, Aisha 9, Aisha 6, make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
I just want to know the wisdom behind that. Yeah, and then I just want to say this to, HRK, because he's, not the smartest one in the world. He's asking for, he wants where Jesus says, I am God, worship me. Can you show me in your Quran where Jesus says, I am the word of God? Can you show me that he says, I am the Messiah? Now, because you're stupid, you wouldn't understand what I'm trying to get at. Again, what I'm saying to you guys is, when Ronaldo plays soccer, he doesn't come off the field and says, look, I play football. People saw what he did and how he behaved and were able to assess as to what he did and said. Now, in your little mini book, nowhere does it say Jesus says, I am the Messiah. Yet Jesus, when he says, follow me according to the Bible, he is telling people that by following him, they will have eternal life. But Muhammad, because we know he's nothing, he says, don't follow me. I got nowhere. I can't take you anywhere. So again, when Jesus says in Matthew 14 and Mark, he says, follow me and I will make you fishermen of men. He says to the people, he says, follow me and let the dead bury their own dead, meaning that you will have life in following him. Your Quran says that he is the eternal word. Your Quran says that he is the truth. Your Quran says he is the way. If he is the way, the truth, and the eternal word, that means he's the way to life. And if he's the way to life, then you don't need no PDF man sleeping with a 6-year-old, which I hope you come tomorrow and make it make sense, because you make excuses for marrying cousins. I can't wait for you to say to me, please, it's okay for a grown man to sleep with a child. So don't forget, HRK, come back tomorrow. The question is, you asking, how do you follow Jesus? Is you follow him by his teachings. You listen to what he said and who he's pointing to. But you wouldn't understand that because you don't know the teachings of Jesus, because your book doesn't teach you that. Your book teaches you the teachings of a handicapped God and a PDF prophet. Jesus said, if anyone came after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. This is what Jesus said. Let them take up their cross and follow me. Did Muhammad pick up his cross and follow Jesus? Jesus said, if you would be perfect, go sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. Following Jesus will give you the treasures in heaven. Jesus said as well, whoever does not bear his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Did Muhammad bear the cross and follow Jesus? No. Muhammad was too busy trying to dry hump any woman that walked past. So again, Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. They follow me. Don't forget that. HRK, bro, don't forget that. Just because you and your wife are first cousins, it doesn't mean that your brain has to stop working. But please come back tomorrow, because the topic will be tomorrow. A grown-ass man, Muhammad, 53, penetrates a little girl. A little girl. That's the topic tomorrow. And the topic is, make it make sense. What is the wisdom in Little Willie and Aisha? That's all I want to know tomorrow, bro. That's what you got to focus on. Tomorrow we're going to expose your prophet for being someone that only thought with these willy and light little children. With that said, guys, God bless you. Again, keep these people in your hearts, keep them in your minds, keep them in your prayers. They need God. Muslims need God. Muslims need to know that they are also loved and that there's a chance for them to walk out of the darkness into the light. They need to know this. They need to know that following the satanic cult of this religion coming from a man by man is sick, disgusting, and evil. Sick, disgusting, and evil. But there's an option. There's an alternative. There is an alternative. With that said, guys, I have watched on YouTube, TikTok, tripping. God bless. That was from Banku. God bless you, Banku. Thank you so much. Once again, guys, pray for them, as Amin says. And remember, Muslims, we don't hate you. We just want you to see what we are reading from what you have given to us.